Waddell trailer from?
To the Sid's View podcast.
Oh.
Where'd we get it from? Take a guess.
Okay.
What happened?
Where did he get that made?
Oh, I don't know.
Because that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
The Waddell truck right in front of you, Diego.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Did you just notice it for the first
Yeah,
time?
listen, I love Sean Waddell. He gets me excited. I talk to him. I eat his Smarties. He got a whole thing of Smarties in his trailer.
Yeah.
He had mad Smarties when I
Dude,
saw him.
he's always got
He's got the Smarties for the rats.
the TV's on.
Oh, yeah.
Just chilling.
His trailer, like you go inside, that
Pretty
thing
pimp.
is first class.
Pretty pimp.
Oh, yeah. Especially after he had the accident, had to get it all redone.
Oh, yeah.
It's a nice trailer. Have you been in Waddell's trailer, Remy?
Mm-hmm.
Rob?
Yeah,
Yep.
they've both been in it.
It's
Yep.
pretty nice.
Yep.
And, of course, there's never a dull minute.
There isn't.
Waddell.
No, not with him.
No.
He's crazy.
Him on a podcast, he'd be there for 6 hours.
Over the top.
That would be the most unhinged episode in history. Like, I don't even think it would be close.
We wouldn't even have to give him a microphone.
No, literally, he would just be yelling.
You would not. He could just be by himself.
Right.
I know.
You don't have to ask him anything.
Right.
You could go upstairs and play with the dogs. He'll do it all.
No,
himself.
literally, Waddell in a chat would be enough to create content for hours.
He's in the chat.
Yeah, he's in the chat normally.
Oh, yeah.
Right now?
No,
No,
Waddell
he
and
usually
the
is.
chat.
No, Michelle LaRocca is, though.
Oh, yeah.
La Rocca.
Oh, LaRocca.
Have
you
you not
know-
corrected them on that?
Yeah,
I
what's
have, and then they say, "Oh, you usually screw up everyone else's name." So, so I feel
a
like
good
I
clapback.
can't.
Hey, did I tell you she's not going to
correct
be here? She's
I
gotta-
saw the reel or
Yeah,
whatever.
she's got to go to
because
some
of her mom's
Amish,
birthday.
some Amish
She's going
country.
to some Amish country.
It's some, I don't know, band.
Yeah, I want to hear something funny.
Doesn't matter what it is. It's a
We were
bad
headed
excuse.
to Jersey yesterday, and my mother-in-law was kind of like in the left lane doing like 65, and this yellow school bus went hauling ass past us. Right? I'm like, Beth, you realize the school bus just passed you in the middle lane, right?
I'm just curious why you had to say yellow school bus. What school bus is not
Well,
yellow?
no, because it had all these funny letters on the side. I'm like, what is that? I didn't know if it was
1 minute.
an Amish school. The guy, he had these long dreads.
Were they going to Remy's mother's house?
The thing was doing like 80. The kids were standing up. I'm like, no. Oh, man.
But to be fair, in my high school, the buses there were blue.
They were.
What?
Yeah.
Was
weird.
it school or a prison?
Weird.
Trade school. You can suck it.
Well, you were on the
Just the
blue.
color
Did
of a bus.
you take the blue bus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I went to Skills USA and
Yep.
stuff. Yeah.
You went to trade school?
Yeah.
Oh, didn't know that.
I did digital media.
Ooh.
At a trade school?
Yeah.
I
That's
did not
interesting.
know they had that
I
at trade
did.
schools.
Here we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Man Cave for the next edition of the Sid's View podcast. We had a full slate of racing here in Southern New England, so we got a lot to go over. My man Diego is fired up over there. What's up, brother?
Oh, yeah. Happy to be back in the man cave tonight for another episode with my peoples.
That's right. We got the Reminator here on the controls, ready to roll.
Am I going to be the one doing this?
Well, we're going to have Diego do it, but another team asked him to spot. He don't have time.
Yo! It's a beautiful Tuesday. Bonsa's here. Let's do this.
All right,
Yeah.
man, is she fired up? We got Rob. I mean, he's down in the bullpen.
Aloha, Mr. Hyde.
It's your man, Rob, back at it with another show. Made a trip up to White Mountain this week. It didn't really live up to the name. You know, the mountains look pretty green to me. But what will soon be white is the hair on Sid's head as he turns yet another year old. Can I get a happy birthday, Sid? Yeah!
All right. Right off the gate, he is bringing in the old. Okay, Rob. All right. Yeah, I'm with you. All right. So listen, everybody. As you can tell, we are having a good time today, and we are thrilled that the DRC Electric Hot Seat is once again occupied. And the first time we have a repeat occupant over there is my man from Stafford Speedway, the media guru, Bonssa Tufa's in the house. What's up, brother?
How y'all doing? Can't complain on this end. Getting ready for the Napa SK 5K, and that might have been the funniest thing Rob has ever said.
Oh, thank you.
Did you wait on that this whole time?
I
Or
was
that
thinking
off the top
about it.
of your head?
I'll be thinking about it. You know,
Yeah.
That
I
was
accept
really
tips
good.
and Venmo.
Yeah. All right. I filed that one away. So anyway,
But hey, happy birthday to
hey,
Sid.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yeah.
thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
70.
Yeah, that's good. That's enough out of you.
Oh, yeah.
Turn his mic off. Okay. So thrilled that once again we have the Monaco Ford results ticker is back going to be on the bottom of the scroll. Thank those guys for their support throughout the year. And there is a lot of results to get to this week because there was a lot happening. And so let's just break it down real quick. Oh, actually, before we get started, as you know, Diego, for all those people that want to get on the live chat, they have to go to youtube.com/SidsView/join. $4.99 a month. Not only can you join the live chat, but you can also participate in the Who Won the Week segment later in the show. We might even have another thing we need the live chat to participate with when it comes to the pick'ems and defining a touring series. We'll get to all that later on in the show.
Yes.
But it's a great value for you. So anyways.
Yeah, join up, right?
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
bottom
Okay.
line.
You're not
it.
going to want to miss this debate.
Get involved.
If you want to yell at Diego,
That's right.
Yep.
join.
That's pretty much what it's going to be.
That's right. Thank you, everybody, for the birthday wishes in the chat. I really appreciate it. Glad to be doing this on my birthday. Listen, this is what you do when you're 51, okay? You get up, you go to Dunkin', you get your cold brew like you do every morning, okay? Run a couple errands. Then you go out into the yard. You sit on the skag for a couple hours, mow the lawn with a huge smile on my face. Come in, take a shower, do a podcast. That's how we're rolling.
It's great.
Life at 51. It's
Life
good.
It's
is
pretty
good
good.
for
It's
Sydney.
good. So, listen, this weekend, Rob and Remy and I went up to White Mountain and checked out the Monaco Modifieds, did some social media for them while we were up there. And cool little track, man. Similar in aesthetics to Thunder Road. Matter of fact, did I put the picture in here? I think I did here, Rems. That's on number 2. Throw that up there. So this was a picture I took from the tower. And, yeah, like Thunder Road, it's just got the mountains are in the back there. And the pits there, they wrap around from the backstretch around turns 3 and 4. The mods were back there behind the backstretch. And, just very well kept track.
Yep.
Neat little track. Kind of gave me kind of Seekonk vibes.
Is it a big D?
It's almost it reminded me a little bit of Seekonk in which like there's not really a
Yeah.
true straightaway.
Yeah.
Like you're always turning.
kind of looks similar to Star.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
can
less
see that.
D-shaped than it looks in that picture. There's definitely like the track is built a little bit with like a visual straightaway, but they never really stop turning. I feel like through the entire lap.
You know, it might not look like it from this picture, Diego, but when I was there, I felt like they were going a little bit more straight on the back straight than they were
Really?
on the
Yep,
front stretch. Yeah, it
definitely.
doesn't really look like that from that picture. but,
Right.
It's a quarter mile, right?
yeah, I mean, maybe it's the size of the Speedbowl. I don't know the exact length of it, but I mean, it's a bull ring. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, cool track, and it
Yeah.
was racy. I mean, fast, and the act race was really good. And I was up there on the tower for like the second half of that, and the mod race was okay. They went like 70-something laps green, the first 70-something laps.
Yeah.
In like 20 minutes.
And I was kind of like,
it was quick.
yeah, I was kind of like waiting for something to happen, and then it took a while. They had a bunch of cautions there towards the end.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we had a good time. They've already taken some of what we shot and put them into some reels and whatnot. I took the footage and did a little recap from what I shot on the tower. We had in-cars on Jake Johnson, Stephen Kopchik, and Ronnie Williams had a lot of good stuff from his camera. Teddy Hodgson.
We had one.
We had one on Teddy
his.
Hodgson, but he smacked the wall. And,
Oh, it came off?
And it came off, and we never found it. Yep.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Is that the second time now this
Yeah,
year
this
that's
year.
happened?
I'm 0 for 3 with Teddy. The first race, I inadvertently touched the camera and switched it to time lapse. Then at Seekonk, he hit something. He hit somebody. Just racing.
Yeah.
And it bumped the camera up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then this time the camera never came back. Yeah, it sucked. So and
Did
he
you
was.
find the case?
We found nothing.
Nope.
No.
And we walked the whole track. Like,
Yeah, because he hit the wall on the front stretch pretty hard.
These guys
Yep.
walked the track. The fence line kid looked at.
Thomas
went out there and looked, and I sent Tapley a picture of a similar camera and said, "Hey, if you find one of these,
Yeah. He just said there's no camera so far.
Okay. So I went over to Teddy's car at the end of the night, and there was no camera on his roof. And I looked at him like, that makes me nervous. And he's like, what do you mean? You didn't grab it already? He's like, did Tom grab it? Fence line. Because sometimes he would grab that and bring it to us. But his cameras were still in the car. He didn't even make it there yet. And I said, oh, man, you got to be kidding me. But
Yeah.
such is the breaks. That's what happens.
Did he finish the race?
Teddy? Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I
He
think,
did, right,
but
'cause he's the
his
point-
car was never the same after that hit.
I think he's
yeah.
still the point leader, though. I mean,
I think that's
I believe
correct,
so.
Yeah.
And you guys got the 1-2 GoPros, right? Or, 1-3.
Yeah. Yep.
Johnson and Kopchik.
Yeah. So we did all right with that. Yep. What did you guys think of the track, Rob and Remy?
I mean, I loved it. It's always like crazy to me when I first go to a short track and I'm like, oh, this isn't that high bank. Then you walk down the bank and you're like, oh, there's some crazy banking here. I just love high banked bull rings like that. I mean, it's not really a bull ring, but the high banking, it really sells me on a track.
Well, that track
It gives the illusion of it being really high speed, and that track, especially in the late model race, like definitely had that effect going for it.
That track is a bull ring, though.
There's a big bank there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
it's
some
pretty
good
high
banking
banked.
there. Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
If I could ever get out of the Speedbowl, I might watch one of these races someday. But we race there so much. I would
Yeah.
love to get out to watch one of these shows.
Go on the Sid's View channel. I just told you.
Yeah,
man.
I know, but it's nothing like being at one of
No,
these.
you're right. Yeah, for
like
sure.
I'd love to go to like the Milk Bowl. That would be
That's a cool event.
Yeah, that would be something really cool to go to. Maybe even to get a hotel or Airbnb up there somewhere and just check out the event.
Yeah.
and-
You'll be at the next Monaco Modified event, right?
oh yeah.
Because
Oh.
at Waterford.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right on. We're looking
Yeah, air
forward to that.
tags on the camera. I mean, that could work, but that's a little expensive. No?
Right.
Yeah.
Especially for Sid's view, like, how are you going to put that on every camera?
I will say, if you were watching on the stream the Monaco Modified
Yo.
race, like I was, you could not miss these three.
Oh,
with
yeah.
those bright orange shirts.
Yeah, Bonza
on the
sent us a
backstretch.
picture.
Every lap, coming down the backstretch, you just see a bright, not even three oranges, just one
Just
giant
a
orange blip
blur.
go by your
Yeah.
screen.
Safety orange.
What did you
courtesy
have?
of
Did you have the
Critical
Sid's,
Screen?
View shirts on? Or did you
Yeah.
have safety vests on?
No, we had yours.
The Sid's View
I was
shirts.
just in the orange shirt,
Courtesy
man.
of Critical
No
Screen.
safety.
Hell
printing.
yeah. Oh, that's great.
Just typical staff shirts. Yep. What about you, Diego? Talk to us now. You had a rough week.
Whoa, buddy. Yeah,
yeah.
so listen, it's the first time I've done like a trifecta in a really long time. Thursday, those guys did a great job getting the race in, man. We hauled up, got up to like Putnam area,
Boy, poor, didn't
and I'm like, we're coming up like, boy, it's looking black. And I'm like, I thought there was about a 20% chance of maybe a shower. It rained for about an hour. We sat outside, and I'm like, my brother's calling, are you going in? I'm like, I don't know. I mean, it was pouring.
Yeah.
If it poured like that at the Speedbowl, it was over.
100%.
It's funny because I was running late. I was doing social for Nick that day, and I was running late.
Yeah.
And so I text Christina, and I was like, I'm running late. I'll be up there soon. And she's like, yeah, don't worry about it. It just rained. They're still drying the track. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, it was amazing, though. It got really hot and really sunny. It dried in literally a half hour.
Oh, really?
Oh, it was like a half hour, 40 minutes.
Really?
Dried up. Cars were on the track. It was like a Florida, but it rained for like an hour.
Yeah, because that storm clipped us at Stafford.
Oh, it
And I
did?
looked at the radar, and it was a small storm in Hartford, and it just blossomed.
Oh, yeah. So we were looking on the
I was
radar,
like,
too. Yeah.
wow. Like, it just grew to
Yeah.
half the size of the state and went right to Thompson.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't believe they got it in. And we got it in. And, yeah. Oh, shoot. Oh,
There's a ghost in Sid's in the man cave.
So,
going, Diego.
yeah, so at any rate, listen, we finished the race, and we're in one piece, and it was great to be there. Watch, I got my boy Jared Roy and them went in, so I was excited about that. It's good. Remy's going to recap that, but then we went to another event Friday with my brother at Stafford, and damn, I mean, I'm going to tell you this. I went to Cletus the week before, and I was blown away. Literally blown away about the vibe. I mean, I'm just talking about the vibe that was happening there.
Right.
I went there Friday. I'm not gonna say it was the same vibe, but there is a good vibe there.
No, the crowd was no slouch.
Dude,
for that
a
open
good-
show.
You know what? There better have been a good crowd
Yeah.
because people were whining and moaning about having a Cletus event on Friday.
Right.
It was a beautiful Friday last week. We had
Yeah.
open mods.
Exactly.
You
better show up for the weekly.
You better show up for the modified
Right.
race,
Yeah.
but they did, thankfully.
The
Otherwise,
amount of-
keep your mouth shut.
The amount of cars that were there in the pit area, and the vibe that was. We got the pit next to Tick Mike, and so we,
Lord.
Yeah. So I haven't seen Ginny in a long time. So it was really great. And those guys had like big platters of like really good sandwiches. And Ginny's like, eat whatever you want. I said, you got to tell me twice.
They're in a good mood. Tick Mike's kid just had a wedding.
Is that what happened?
Wow.
Tyler Mayhofer got married last
Wow. Okay.
week. Shout out to the Mayhofers.
Yeah. Good
Tyler
for
and Emma.
them. Yep. So and then, of course, we went to Waterford and we had a little uh-oh.
Yeah.
And that happened in the first practice, and I'm not sure what happened. Something broke or whatever. But more importantly for me, it's, I'm going to tell you this. As a father, when we go up and race up at Thompson is a real fast track.
Scares you.
Well, people die there. People have died there, right? And so my kid's out there, and I'm not even kidding. Every time we race, when the race is over, I'm just thankful that we're getting to go back to the trailer. Honestly, I feel that way. And then when Emma wrecked Saturday at practice, we went home that night and we wrecked the car pretty hard. And, it's up at BFR getting fixed right now. I said to Emma, I think we need to take a break from Thompson just for a minute because I mentally can't take it, the stress level for me. But that was it. And then I'm going to say this real quick to top it all off. We went to a world dance competition this Sunday. So we went to the Meadowlands Sunday. So tonight's like my first night back in town after all that running around, and it feels good to be back in the studio for sure. So that's my weekend in a recap.
All right, I like it. All right, well, let's get cracking here because Rem's got a lot to get to over here.
She's got the arm workout going.
I
She's
I know.
ready.
I'm
over
like,
there?
I'm stretching. I'm getting ready.
She does that when she pronounces names.
Gotta.
All right, Rem.
She needs to work out more then.
Oh my God.
That's awful.
All right, listen, we got Fowler's Auto Wreckings back in the house for the update this week. It's brought to you by Fowler's Auto Wreckings. Jumble that right. Let's just get to it, shall we? Come on. That was weird.
So sorry.
I don't understand what's funny.
Her dancing is what's funny.
Yeah.
Her
exactly.
attempts at dancing.
Yeah.
Listen, back off. Wolf right.
Okay.
This.
Come on, Rem. Let's get
Remy,
started.
come
man.
on, man. The segment's been running for almost 30
Let's
seconds.
go.
Say okay like that. All right. Thompson Speedway winners. Mini stock winner Jared Roy.
Is he undefeated?
Yes.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
pretty much.
Remy should be picking him tonight. That's how she does it. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
I don't want to say
She
the
gave-
words that
she gave-
I
she
want
gave you
to.
that look.
Yeah.
Street stock winner was Larry Barnett.
Good for him.
Yeah.
So,
Good for he needed that win
Yeah, he did.
badly. Oh my gosh.
So I messaged him earlier to get the count. So 62 wins at Thompson.
Wow.
Keith Rocco's right around there as well. And Fred DeSaro has 63. And I think it's Gentis and then Teddy. So, like, Larry's up there in terms of all-time winners.
Dude, Larry was dominant.
And then, so he tells me 62 there. He's got 1 at Stafford. And he's got 9 at the Bowl, which means his next win is number 73, which...
That's when he retired. That's when he retires.
That would be the number to retire on. You get that right.
Wow.
But I'm genuinely so happy for him because he
Dude.
was so down. I think he wrecked the
Hard.
last event
Yeah.
before this past week, and he really did not have the motivation to like get the car ready for this past event, but he did, and that was his first win, I think, in over a year.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think he won at all last year.
I think
so.
you're right.
And he
That's look. I hate pineapple pizza. I said, go have a pineapple pizza in celebration. Like,
Wow.
like
He
I was
dominated,
happy for
too.
him. Oh, did he?
Yeah, he never really got challenged the whole race, I didn't think.
Not even Waterman.
Waterman was battling through the field. And Waterman is damn fast, man. He was coming through the field. I think.
Did he go caution free?
I think it went caution free. Barnett started up front, but
a win's a win.
a win is a win, and the 75 had gotten to Scott Sundin, who finished second, with like 10 to go. He got there, but he couldn't make a pass on Sundin either. So it wasn't like it was a free win because Barnett had got away from those two as they were battling. So if there was a restart, would there have been something different? Waterman may have ruffled his feathers. Barnett doesn't race that way. So
Barnett's very clean.
Yeah, he's very clean, and so would the outcome? I don't know, but Barnett sure did have a fast car.
Yeah.
There's no denying that. So they put it back together, right, obviously, and he came back and won, right? And that guy has dominated there many years.
Oh, yeah, he's legendary up
He
there.
knows that track very good.
For sure.
He won the title there a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't that long
Without
ago.
a win, Corshane just said that in the chat. Yep.
Yeah.
Good dude.
Yep.
Really good dude.
Yeah, Larry's a good guy.
Yeah.
All right. SK Light winner was Tyler Chapman.
All right. Yeah,
No surprise there.
That'll bring us to the first video clip of the day. And this is a good battle here between Hovey and Chapman, which has been the case all year.
Here's Hovey with a peek down on the inside. Can he
Stored him
Yeah.
up a little bit.
Not bad.
Chapman did that to him the previous race.
Right.
I mean, what I like about these guys is they are both affiliated with Keith Rocco Racing at Thompson. They pit right next to each other. And
Three Keith Rocco cars because Meg's right
and
there
Meg's
too.
right there too. Yep. And these two love racing against each other. And yeah, I was saying this when I was filming. Johnny O's looking pretty good right here too as well.
Yeah.
and try to make a pass to get into second, but
And that's a new car for Meg.
Chapman stay nose to tail on the backstretch.
Oh, send it.
That was classic.
Oh, boy.
Kinds of loose.
That's a great save.
Yeah.
That was.
That's
It was
one
a-
of those saves where you can overcorrect
was
at
a-
Thompson.
Yeah,
yeah.
it was a great save.
And you know it's in hard.
And then he came back to he was able to make up the difference and pass him for the win again.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Oh, dude.
Yep.
That's like serious talent.
And
They
that's
are.
a Stafford car.
Dude, that thing is so fast there. And that car Hovey runs up there is a good car. That's the one that he just keeps dominating at the Speedbowl with.
Right.
Yeah.
That he doesn't lose with, really. I mean,
Yeah.
and the 41 has got it figured out up there for sure. That thing is real, real fast.
Yeah.
Tyler's undefeated at Thompson too, right?
That's correct.
Yes.
And Hubby's finished second to him every time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
two, Thompson and Stafford, they put on some really
Yeah.
damn good shows.
And that's
It's
what I'm
been fun
saying,
to
like,
watch.
yeah.
And they make contact.
Right.
Like, they'll be physical, but not too physical.
Right.
And they come out smiling at the end.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Hovey put on quite the show at Stafford this week. We'll get to that.
Well, Hovey is aggressive young driver.
Yeah.
He is.
I got a chance to spot for him Saturday. He's an aggressive kid. He loves to drive, and he cares, but he doesn't care. You know what I mean? And him and the 41 look like they have a mutual understanding with each other. And it's great that they can get out at every race,
Yeah.
shake hands,
Right.
and put on a show. Without them up at Thompson, I don't know what kind of show the SK Lights put on, to be honest, So
Right.
it's great to watch two young kids that have this burning passion for open wheel racing that those guys do. Obviously, Tyler and the Chapman family work real hard. And Nick and his father and mom, they put a solid effort in with KRR. It's just a great recipe for great racing, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely a step ahead of like Meg and Johnny O over there in that division. And but they have great battles. They're fun to watch.
Those other guys, they're, like you've seen it there, Meg and Johnny O,
They're not too far
they're
off.
not too far off,
Yeah.
right? They need
It's like
just
a
a
tick
little.
below. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Meg is, I think, a little closer. Johnny O is a hell of a shoe.
Yeah.
And he's always lingering around there. Meg is this far, and maybe Johnny O is this far. They're very close,
Right.
though.
Yeah.
So it's great to see those guys running well.
All right. Late model winner was Brian Tagg. And 604 modified winner was John Pulio.
Brian Tagg is another feel-good win. It's been a
Yeah.
while since I think he's won at Thompson, too.
Oh, dude. So I
Even the
went,
dogs love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently so.
I went back and looked at the lap times of Brian Tagg, and Emma started outside pole that race, and Brian Tagg took off, and then he won by like 5 or 6 lengths against good cars, Nick Johnson and Gluchaki.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Tagg's lap times were like they didn't really fall off. They were like within the same 10th every lap. It was So you have it on point when you could be that consistent every lap. And so the thing is about Thompson, there's only like 10 or 11 cars, and I try to tell this to my daughter, right?
They're all good cars.
They're all really, really. I mean, you got Johnson and Johnson, Connor Souza, Gluchaki,
right? Ryan,
Lynham, Lewinsky, Lowe. These are all solid at cars at any local track around here. And I try to tell that to Emma. I'm like, these guys are really good. If there's a 25-car field here, we may be a 12th place car.
Right.
But since there's only 12 cars, we're like, we linger from 10th to 12th. It's hard. But good race for those guys. And congratulations to Tagg.
And then at the 604s, there was a point where I felt like Keith was reeling in Pulio, and I thought they were going to duke it out.
Yeah.
And then somebody spun in turn 4 and screwed that whole momentum, and then Pulio basically had it covered for the rest.
Well,
it's tough to. I mean, if you beat Rocco at Thompson, you've done something.
Yeah.
And a modified.
Well, Pulio has been on point up there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He went up there and opened up a can of whip butt the first weekend.
Yeah, but
there.
then Rocco did the next two.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, it's
well,
over.
one did not count.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. Right.
Right.
So I watched that whole race. I sat up in the turn 2 because you could go up behind the fence a little bit. And I just kept watching. I watched the 7 come in, and Rocco was constantly working on picking up the gas early. He was closing the gap. What's amazing about that division, just as a spectator, they tried to shuffle Rocco out, and then Danny Cates was heavy in that mix, and those guys have great respect for each other because they were back and forth, and as Isaiah Newcomb had a hell of a fast car there. It's amazing how much momentum plays an effect there because Rocco at one point on a restart got shuffled back to like 5th on a restart because he started on the bottom. He came back like gangbusters, but he just didn't have enough.
Yeah.
To get to, he could only get to like 4 lengths, and that was it. I thought it was a good show. They ran like 50 laps, I think.
It's 50 laps, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
they replaced the open mods being gone from there.
Yeah.
I tell you what, like watching Rocco at Thompson, you can tell who the drivers are that have the experience at Thompson and those who don't have as much experience because the way Rocco drives it into the corner at Thompson, where you have to be aggressive to complete that pass, not many others can
Noticeable
drive it like he
difference.
does. Yeah.
So
It's
that's what
in person, it's wild.
So
And Danny Cates has a ton of laps at that point.
Danny
He does,
Cates was
yeah.
doing it too. So
Yeah.
Danny Cates didn't have the fastest car.
Yeah.
He was making passes like you're talking about because I sat right there, like almost on the fence, and he'd come into one, and they're rubbing Nerf bars all the way in, just enough
Yeah.
to screw the outside guy up because he knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah.
It was real fun to watch those passes, to try to watch, from 2nd to 4th, those guys duked it out for a long time while Pulio got out by like 4 or 5 lengths, and that was the race to watch, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good race. And you're right, Rocco, he has something special up there because I couldn't stop watching him. He's trying to work his car every corner to get to Pulio, and you could see him like working overtime. It just
Right.
wasn't happening, but it was
Yeah.
fun to watch.
Remy, you've only been there once, right?
Yeah.
If you go to like turn 4 and just watch in person, you'd wonder how they even make the corner with how
Yeah.
deep they send it. But it works.
You've only been to Thompson one time?
This year,
the icebreaker.
the Monaco
Really?
modified.
Oh yeah, wait, we've
weekend.
been over this. That's right. I forgot that was your first time. That's just that's so foreign to me. Like that's crazy.
It's borderline if Rob retains information.
Well, it's just like Remy's like she's always at Stafford. I'm like, well, she must have been to Thompson a lot too. But
Yeah,
no.
and her
That's the opposite side of the state.
That's what I'm
for
saying.
her.
I mean,
It's
it's like a
haul.
2.5 hour.
Connecticut's not that big.
So the only thing that is tough is that they average 9 cars a division.
Yeah.
And so I did some math here for the weekend. Stafford, this is per division average. Stafford, 22.6 cars. Seekonk on Saturday, just under 17. Seekonk on Friday, just under 16. The Speedbowl, just under 14. and Thompson only 9. So, and that was a bummer. And it had a light crowd as well. So tough midweek show. No.
Do you think that's what it is?
Well, it's a midweek show. There's no like tour race anchor. You know what I mean? Like the tour race coming up, the NASCAR mods are coming there. That's a midweek show. I bet you're gonna have a really good crowd.
Oh, for
You know
sure.
what I mean? I just think their weekly divisions isn't gonna draw a crowd on
Especially
Thursday.
without cars.
Yeah.
Do you think the weekly divisions will get a slightly better car count when the tour is there?
I don't know. I mean, like
I
the mini
don't think
stocks
so.
had 9. That was the best they've had all year, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much there is to pull from. You know, I mean, Todd Owen, we're expecting him to be there next show, right? He said that when he
Yeah.
was there.
Right.
So they might have one, but I mean, you said you're taking time off from Thompson for a
Yeah.
little bit, right? So the
Yeah,
late
we
model's
have
going to
to.
be down 1. So
And Ryan Morgan wrecked pretty hard too
Dude,
Oh, right.
that was.
in the 31.
Can I tell you something about Thompson, though? The one thing that's been making it really tough there, and Todd Owen sat here and said it about Waterford. The cars are so equal. I mean, I'm just talking about in late models. Like, we were 5th or 6th fast in the feature. Emma was, right? The cars are so equal that if you get in line, it's just ride city,
Yeah, it becomes a clean
Hard to
air
pass.
game, right?
right?
Yeah.
So what happens is, in the heat race, very first lap, Kyle Guerrero's buried up in turn 3 and 4 wall, right?
Oh, he
Like,
wrecked?
Oh, dude, bumper is hanging off, the whole 9, right?
Oh, damn.
Right. So then they go yellow. They come back and go green again. Ryan Morgan's car just absolutely destroyed. Now, this is a 10-car heat race.
Yeah.
yeah,
There's only 10 cars there. They throw us all out in a heat race for one heat race. That's why when there's short cars, like at the Speedbowl, nobody likes group qualifying. But this is why they do group qualifying. 2 cars lost in one heat race.
Yeah,
They only
right.
have 10 cars,
Yep.
right?
yeah.
And Morgan's car,
That
Was
thing's wrecked.
front rear clip.
He went driver's side, didn't he?
Oh, dude, it was an ugly wreck. I felt bad for those guys. I felt bad for Jason and the team. But it's a product of Thompson because the cars are so close. If you don't make the pass in the first lap and a half,
You're stuck.
you're stuck. You're riding around. If you fall in line 6, that's where you're riding,
Yeah.
right? So everybody's dive bombing 3 wide at a big fast track
Right.
to make up 2 spots to hopefully get there because that's it. I felt bad for those guys. Too many wreck cars
Dude,
for 10 cars.
I'm a Ryan Morgan fan. I think he's a good dude. When that dude wrecks, man, whew,
It's bad.
He wrecks bad. That's always
Yeah.
been the case with him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Macro. All right, Ram, what else you got?
Stafford Motor Speedway.
All right.
Look at
Oh,
her.
yeah.
She's all giddy, too.
I love some Stafford.
You better.
The winners. All right. So street stock winner was Jason Lafayette.
Okay, so what happened there?
A lot.
A
Yeah.
lot.
Before,
Yeah,
don't even
for a race
walk.
that-
For a race that went green to checker,
Right.
a lot. It was a
Right.
wild
It felt
race.
like there was some carnage happening, but there was no yellow. It's like
Yeah.
there was parts and pieces flying everywhere. I was just like, we need to
Dude.
calm down.
Ready?
We got to calm down here.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, roll a clip.
Roll
Yeah,
the clip.
let's
Here we
do
go.
it.
He becomes the leader, but he is hunted down.
Haidar started
by
like
the
10th, by the
number
way.
11
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it was 11th, right?
Or 11th,
Yeah.
maybe.
That car is so
Right off the
fast,
second,
dude.
and he has
So
not had
fast.
the aid of a caution to try to get to the front of the field.
Just look how his car
After
cuts coming off the
starting
corner.
Look
outside
at
the top
that. You
10.
can't stop that
Here he
thing.
comes, off of turn 4
Well,
to
yeah,
the
I think the
bottom of
21 said hold
racetrack.
my
Yeah, you
beer.
can't stop it, he says.
Challenging Jason Lafayette for the race lead in turn 1.
Oh, they
Lafayette
touch.
not hitting, and
You
Haidar
could hear
may
it
have a
pop.
tire down in
Yep.
turn 2. We'll
And there's
see.
there's
There was
flying
contact.
parts and pieces flying
Haidar
everywhere.
hangs on
And then
to it, but is a
Downey's
bit
in
off the
5th
pace
after
in turn
Haidar
3.
falls off
There's
the
no
pace.
question about
Half a
it.
lap
He
later, he's in
apparently
2nd.
Has cut a tire. And a
Yeah,
brilliant
so,
run.
I mean, we've said
All
this
of a
before.
sudden ends
If
with
he,
misfortune. Travis Downey.
And then here's-
thinking
yeah.
about points,
Here's
but he's
Downey's
thinking
attempt.
about
Part
a
2 of
victory.
Lafayette.
He's got one car between him and victory lane.
Oh, I remember I had to hear
2
Sid's
laps
mouth
to
right here the
go.
whole
I was
time.
chirping because I picked Downey. Me and Diego sitting right next to each other.
Turn 1, right to
Lafayette
the bottom
said
of the
again,
racetrack.
I got it.
Jason
You're good.
Lafayette,
See you
Downey
who did
almost
not give him
overcorrected
any
bad.
room
Yeah.
into the corner,
And
makes
here's,
So-
the
and here's the
race
thing.
lead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Downey was so Haidar did not finish because the cut tire.
Right.
I know in the moment, Downey's wanting to win, but if Downey junks it, he was going to be the point leader. So
Haidar?
the fact that he saved the car is huge because now he's got a 20-point lead.
Yeah.
But if he ended up overcorrecting there and junking it would have been a whole different story.
And it would have been destroyed if he didn't save it.
Yeah.
He was going at not a good angle.
I mean, that's about the only way, though. They're stopping the 11 car.
I mean, listen, the 11 has no fans in that division.
Dude,
How
dude,
bad did that
dude,
whole
that was
whole
all-
I heard the
section-
crowd went
The
nuts.
whole
Dude,
section
yeah.
where we were sitting went up and was cheering when he
Yeah.
got the flat
No,
tire.
and
I
it's
heard
not-
about
it's
that.
not even
Dude.
like he's a bad guy. Like it's not like he's a hateable guy. It's just the
just
effect of
wins a
you
lot.
win so much
No,
that how can you root for him? Like there's
Hate-
no underdog story
He's a
anymore.
nice
He's just
kid.
dominating. Yeah,
Yeah.
he absolutely
Hydar's
is.
a nice
Yeah.
kid. Ernie LaRose is a good guy.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And Hydar's father's a good dude.
Yeah.
They just get sick of seeing his butt win.
But
Right.
let me tell you something. Watching him go through the field,
Very
for me,
entertaining.
that was
So
fun to
I thought it was
watch.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once they singled out, I mean, he picked them up one at a time, sometimes
Easily.
two at a time.
Easily.
Yep.
And you just can't help but shake your head just
Right.
almost in awe
Yeah, it's
of
mind-blowing.
seeing that happen. Sucks that the right rear tire decided not to
Right.
keep any air after the contact, but
I saw
seeing
Ernie-
him go through there was amazing.
I saw Ernie in the pits, and I was like, "You guys are truly checkers of records. Like if
Yes.
if you
Oh,
don't wreck or
absolutely.
something happens,
You
you're gonna
win.
win the race." Yeah.
We've had
Yeah,
11
but-
races. He's won 7 times. Other 3 races, DNF, another one. He spun the last lap with Waterman.
Right.
So
Yeah.
legit, it's all or nothing.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is
th-
why
those
he's third in
guys,
points.
they got they're like 3 to 4 tenths better than second place.
Yeah.
It's
like
insane.
that's unbelievable.
Right.
Like you should, and this is no knock against him because they're doing a great job. Any guy that's 3 to 4 tenths better than the field than second place,
Right.
he looks like a superstar.
Yeah.
Those guys have done a fantastic job.
Yep.
And they had that whole shock scandal. They put new shocks on and still
Didn't
opened up
change a damn thing.
Still
Right.
opened up a
Yep.
can on them.
But
Right.
man, at the end, Jason Raymond almost got
I know.
Lafayette.
Which one's that? The 49?
49.
Dude, he was
Almost.
fast.
No, I was like, is this about to happen
Almost.
again? I thought we were about to see a third driver
Yeah.
get wrecked out.
Is he
Almost.
usually fast?
He's been like a average 5th to 8th place car.
Yeah.
And it's only his second year at Stafford,
Yeah.
so he's getting better. But that's his second runner-up this year, so he has picked it up. And he one more lap, he could have had Lafayette.
You know, the week before the Cletus show,
Yeah.
it was the 55 and the 84.
Yeah.
That made that division really fun to watch that night, too. You know, the 55 missed a corner. I remember the first
Right.
corner. He could have had the win, possibly.
Yeah.
But it's great to see these newbies or these new faces. No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't say. I said newbies.
No, did you see Keeter's comment says more chopping than a hibachi restaurant?
Dude, literally. And it's like
Sid,
there's
do it.
It's
Hi-ya!
I don't look the Haidar and Lafayette deal. I think that was just close racing.
definitely.
That just happened to cut Haidar's tire down. Downey's move was aggressive.
Yeah.
That was a pretty
Yeah.
late move, especially in turn 1. Like
Yeah.
that's a move you don't see very often. I think anybody in Lafayette's position would have done the same exact
Well,
thing.
Yeah.
hey, listen, you don't think Lafayette's move was aggressive on the 50 on the 11?
I don't
It
think
was
it was
a-
egregious as the 42.
No, I mean, it was aggressive enough to blow the right rear tire.
I think both times he looked out the window and said,
You can suck it.
It's just crazy with Haidar because I feel like there's no fall off. Like there's definitely a little bit, but like relative to the rest of the field, it's like the first few laps. Like Haidar was starting back in 11th. You're like, oh, is he really going to make it up there? He's not moving that fast. But then you get like 4 or 5 laps in the race, and it's just bang, bang, bang. You can't take the camera off him because you know he's going to be at the front soon enough.
Yeah.
Everybody's watching the 11.
Right.
He had the fastest lap in the feature on like lap 10 while
Yeah.
he's running like 5th.
Right.
And he still had the fastest lap passing cars.
Yeah.
But
Well,
who's the point leader? Downey.
yeah.
Yep.
Top 6 are within 38 points.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
tight.
I could tell you this: the 21 car, he wants to win. He races to win.
You can tell.
No, he does, and he wins. That's his second win, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
second win.
So there's 11 races. 2 of them were by him. He didn't even start the year, did he? Did he run? Did he start from the beginning?
He has done every race.
Oh, he has.
Yeah.
But he has 2 of the wins.
2, and then Downey has 1. Travis has 7, and I'm missing 1.
Maybe Waterman. Did he ever win one?
No, Waterman never got one. Why am I blanking so hard on this? I'm usually good at this.
This is not good.
"Come on,
Tyler Trott.
I'm getting old.
Trot.
Yes.
Yep. Trot. Yep. Trot got one.
Thanks,
but,
Remy.
No problem.
But the 21 sure does race to win. That's for sure. He makes it very difficult for everybody he's racing with. Makes it fun to watch.
I enjoyed. I mean, again, green to checker,
Yeah.
and yet the race was still a banger.
Yep.
Like it was a good race
For sure.
For sure. Limited
Word.
limited late model winner is as someone would put it in this room, Matt Clemente.
That's a funny name.
That's correct.
Or Matt Clement.
Hey, Diego, how many limited late models did we have on Friday?
There was a lot.
Yeah.
Sid, how many did we count? 21? We were sitting there. I'm like, dude.
21 for the second straight week. What'd you say before the
here
season
we
started
go.
when I last came here?
Oh, did you watch the episode where I brought that back up?
Yes.
Yep.
Like, weakest division, huh?
Not
weakest
anymore.
division,
Wait. That was over the winter, right?
Yeah.
Hold on a second now. I want you to answer Tapley's question here.
What is
Yeah,
it?
but this is a good question.
Where would you finish if you were driving the 11 this week?
If I was driving the 11, jeez. I'm going to say first.
Oh my! What else did you expect?
Well,
You know what?
it was a
Good for you.
It was a 16 car field, so 17th probably fits you.
Thanks, Bonzo. Jeez.
Damn.
But I've been eating them words about them. I know you're going to tell me about it, but it's been a great division.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They've
No,
been
they
phenomenal.
have. They've been
It's a good division. We get it, Bonzo. All right.
Yeah, I
You're
know.
right.
Hey, I'm not bagging on you. It's all on Diego.
I mean, I
but-
can't be too hard on him because the first part of the season, I wasn't huge on the late models, but they've really picked it up.
limited late models.
Yeah, the limiteds.
I wasn't huge on those either. They proved me wrong right off the bat, though.
Yeah,
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see
The
what
late
you're saying.
models, they came a little later. I
And
will
you know
say.
what? The limiteds, they have, I'm just going to say this, they have some characters in that division.
Oh yeah.
You know, from the 28
You got Hammond.
to the 6.
Matt Clement is a character.
Yeah, I mean,
we like to
there's-
call him Hollywood for a reason.
Yeah.
Like he's a character.
Yeah, and
He's
then it's
hilarious.
like I'm going to say this to me, the 23
Jensic.
is like he's the bad boy kind of because he comes through and he don't really care. You know, if he got a good car,
He's fast.
he
He's
is
second
real
in points now.
Yeah, he's really
Yep.
fast and he goes places. That other kid is really the one you picked the one week. Winter.
Winter.
That boy is fast too.
He is.
Yeah,
He
he's
is.
got a fast
but
car.
like Kyle Terrio, first year at Stafford, that blue 24 car, he finished on the podium last week.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
And like Matt Clement, he's the point leader, but with the way the last 5-6 weeks have gone, you wouldn't think he's the point leader
Yeah.
because he hadn't been up front as much as he was week one. Now he's back up front.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
you don't know who's going to contend week by week.
Right.
Clements
That
can
makes
win
it
this
fun.
week, and he could finish 8th next week.
Yeah.
That could go for anybody.
It feels like a slot machine.
Yeah.
Completely.
You
That's
just
why I never
know.
picked a limited late model.
Well, you know,
division.
But
Clement,
like Lavoie, he still hasn't won yet.
I know, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Pat Note hasn't won. Hopkins hasn't. Like there's
Hopkins
still,
is fast.
He is. He went 16th to 4th.
Yeah, he's fast. Hopkins, I watched him last week. It's only a matter of time before he picks one off, I think.
And he
but-
races part time.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. SK Light winner is Chris Matthews. Late model winner was Adam Gray.
Hold on, the crafty veteran Chris Matthews. He's the all-time win leader in that division, right?
Yep, 21
Yeah.
wins now.
When's the last time did he win last
He
year?
won once last year.
He did. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to the SK Lights. Only 2 cautions. They had a really clean race.
Yeah, he looked good too.
People have been bagging on the SK Lights a lot, and I get it, but they had a really smooth race for the most part on
Dude,
Friday.
Who is people in this room?
Huh?
Who is people?
In terms of what?
People backing on the SK Lights.
Oh, not just in this trailer, but everybody
Yeah.
likes
You're
to
calling
rip.
my house a trailer? what happened?
I'm so
Bad job
used
by
to
you.
Stafford being in the trailer.
Yeah.
But like everyone likes to mess around talking the SK Lights and how they've been wrecking a lot. They had a pretty clean race.
They're
on
the most
Friday.
cars.
Yeah.
There's like 30
It's hard to,
some.
you're right. You
Yeah,
can't
it
go
kind
cross
of gives an
32
illusion that they're
cars.
wrecking a lot because when they do wreck, it's usually
can be
just a
big.
big wreck by by how many
I'm
cars.
just saying,
are
if you're going to
together.
talk about how bad they are in some nights, they had 2 cautions last Friday.
Yep.
They had a good night. Chris
Nice.
Matthews was fast.
So before we talk about Adam Gray real quick, what happened to the 31 car that was going to have 28 different drivers? Remember Glenn Reen, Corey DiMatteo? Keith
Yeah,
Rocco?
some outside circumstances have just prevented that from coming together.
Has that car been there at all?
Not
year?
this year, no.
No,
It's
it
not
didn't.
going to race this year.
Got it.
Just some unfortunate circumstances. Nothing like tense.
Yeah.
Just outside
I
circumstances.
I kind of wanted to see how that was all going to play
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
It's a
Right.
unique kind of thing, but Adam Gray, man, whew.
What a turnaround.
And I had to sit next to Diego during that race, man. Oh,
Dude,
talk about insufferable.
Dude, Verricchio is coming. And he was,
Verricchio has 7 podiums this year
Dude, he
out of
was-
10 races.
listen, Sid I was warming up Sid's leg. I was like whacking him, like, look at the 97. Dude, he was marching through the field again.
He started 16th, Adam.
Dude,
16th out of 18 cars.
They've got it going on right now.
Yeah.
And that was a good.
He was kind of like what we were talking about with Haidar. Like, you're just watching him, man. He was just coming through.
Well, I did get a little worried when Verricchio got to second and started tracking him down. But the thing that was my saving grace is Verricchio is a very clean driver. So I knew he wasn't going to do anything bad. Adam Gray is a great wheelman, and I knew it was going to be a good battle. If the shoe's on the other foot, I don't know if Gray can catch Verricchio. They're both very fast right now. And what's his name had fallen off a little bit.
Gamba
Kevin. Well, he was involved in a wreck.
Yeah.
The early wreck with Saunders and Keene.
Yeah.
And now Gambacorta's point leads down to 8.
Yeah, I feel like falling off a little bit is a little understatement. I haven't been hearing a lot from him recently.
Right. He's been top 5 every week except for last Friday. Yeah. So
I mean, he's still, but you're used to him battling for wins
every week. Right.
Yeah. Right. He came out strong. Yep.
Yep. So but that's a testament to the division. Like, Adam Gray's back hard. Verricchio never stopped.
Chris Meyer's been fast lately.
Chris Myers has turned up the wick.
Yep.
Fern, I didn't have a great week, but he had a great run the week before. If that guy gets on a tear,
I still think Alexandra's got a win coming to her.
Alexandra,
she's fast every week.
She's fast.
She got back-to-back top 5s.
It's like she's fast for like 25 laps.
You know who I think. I mean, I haven't picked him yet, but the sneaky pick in that division who's going to win soon is Bobby Sturck. Is that his name?
Yeah. He was pretty fast last week, and then
he's so close. Yeah, he gets so close. It just can't seal the deal. In 1 week, he's going to do it. I think he's going to be the sleeper for me 1 week.
Yeah,
but a great division overall for sure.
I think the 39 is the favorite right now.
Yeah, Chris Mullen said he's the people's champ.
Who's that, Verricchio?
The one-handed bandit.
Dude, he's a great guy too.
He drives one-handed?
Yes.
He drives one-handed, yeah.
Nice.
Such a fun-spirited guy. Like,
a lot of legendary guys drove one-handed.
Yeah.
Doug Kobe, Phil Rondo.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? I felt bad last week because I'm a big fan of his. I'm like, Verricchio.
Oh,
I really like watching him race. And the turnaround year that he has had has just been so fun to watch. But I picked Adam Gray, so I couldn't root for him last week. You know what I mean? I'm like, secretly,
you poor thing.
Yeah.
And I was over.
It's business.
Yeah, for sure.
I was over there rooting for Paul, but
Yeah, I'm sure you were.
Did you pick him?
no, I picked Alex, but since Alex wasn't there, I had to root
You were
for
rooting
Paul.
Yeah, she
against
needed
Adam.
Paul to win, so
Yeah.
Diego would lose. Right?
Poor Sid has to sit right next to me. He's like, will you shut it?
Yeah. It's getting testy. We'll get to that.
We'll talk about it.
Continue on.
SK Modified winner was Mikey Flynn.
First timer.
Yep.
Yeah, that was so cool.
First time winner is always cool. Yep.
And then also Dylan Kopech coming in with second place.
Yeah.
That was also great.
Yeah, motor broke for Kopech the feature before, or the 2 weeks before in the heat race, and he came back to finish second. And Flynn, I mean, I think that was a matter of time because he had picked up the pace last year, and then he teamed up with Rocco at the end of last season, and it was just a matter of time for him. I mean, he's been fast every week. Not enough to win, but, I mean, he pulled away from everybody last Friday.
Well, you know who was impressive too was Kopech, because Kopech, I think, had gotten passed by
Di Matteo passed him, and he got him back.
And then he reeled Di Matteo back up and went back by him. You know, because I thought Kopech was done.
Yeah.
You know, and he didn't quit. And something I always tell Emma, you never quit. Just keep digging hard. And he did. And that was a testament. He finished second because of it. So I thought it was a great run for those guys.
You know, we forgot about them when Todd was here and we were talking about Riverside Park, about people. I mean, the Kopechs, they were at Riverside Park.
Yeah.
What sucked for Di Matteo was he was doing well. His left rear tire was deflating. And he ended up finishing outside the top 10.
Wow.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Well, I got to tell you this. Kopechs needed that bad.
Oh, for sure.
You know,
he's had a bad year.
Dude, I thought last year they were getting close to getting a win. And it's like when you talked about the Mikey Christopher thing, the year after COVID when Sid was videoing, he won the last couple races. You expected to come out firing on all cylinders, and it was just the opposite. It was almost the same for Kopech this year. He's been around a while. He's won SK Light races, I think even a championship. And he seemed to be putting it together at the end of last year. For one reason or another, they just haven't clicked on all cylinders this year. Not that he's not fast. So this week, I'm sure those guys were in the shop like, it's like a small monkey off their back right now, and they can get back to racing again now because they at least got a podium.
Just in time for the 5K, the biggest race for that division.
That's true. That's true.
And then, open modified winner. Can you guess? Ron. Everyone's looking at me like.
Who was it? To tell me?
It's just not even fun.
Silk.
What else can you say about that team?
Dominant. They're just clicking on all.
You're like, Ron Silk is here? Oh, well.
In his last 5 starts, 4 wins and a second.
At Stafford in the Open?
2 Sizzler wins, a fall final win, and then the Modified Masters.
Yeah,
just
crazy.
so dirty.
I think he's won over $100,000 in the last couple years at Stafford.
Wow.
I think 112 might be the number from Sean Corshane or something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
wow.
nobody can touch him.
Dude, he when after they pitted, he came out of the pits maybe like 6th or 8th, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where he was at. A couple of the front guys didn't get tires, but there was 2 or 3 in front of him with tires. And once he decided to turn the wick up, he was just like there were subpar cars in front of him. It was unbelievable on how he would just pick cars off. And
110,000 in the last 6 events at Stafford.
Wow.
Yep.
That's absurd.
Who do you think is going to end the Ron Silk reign at Stafford?
I thought it'd be Woody, but Woody, his car wasn't that great on Friday.
I'm gonna
I think he finished outside the top 10.
You know who I thought the second best car was? Jacob
Perry was fast.
Yo,
yeah.
Jacob, I know it was only the first half of the race.
I think his axle seal came off in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, whatever it is, it is. Something, it's just, to that fan, maybe the car fell off. It's so hard to keep a car that good that long. And no matter how much you try to conserve on tires, then you come in for the pit tire, the tire change. I think they put two rears on.
Yeah, a lot of people did 2 rears.
And some guys do right sides. What is the right move? I mean, I don't know, but to beat a guy like Phil Moran, right? I mean, those guys call a great race. They got a great driver. I thought it was a win for the Perry family, Jacob Perry, to even be.
Yeah, he was wheeling, man.
Yeah,
Dude,
even be in the conversation with Silk.
Dude, he was reeling up on Silk before the caution came.
Finished 6th.
He was as fast as him. And as they came out of the pits, whenever Silk passed a car, Jacob passed a car.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching them simultaneously coming through the field.
Yeah, he kept up.
He kept up the whole time until like the last 20. And then guys like, George Bissett come from deep in the field, and we were looking at lap times, and he was.
That's who I think was the next best car to Silk was Bissett.
At the end of the race?
Dude,
dead
it felt like he came out of
last.
nowhere. I was like, what?
His car came alive.
He was dropping like lap times that were equivalent to Silk at the end and 2/10 better than everybody in front of him.
Yep.
Well,
that car
check
was
this out,
lightning
man.
fast.
Swanson finished 2nd, started 20th. Zachem finished 3rd, started 18th.
Yep.
Mikey finished 4th, started 16th. Bissett finished 5th, started 26th.
Right.
For me, Max Zachem was also a huge surprise.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
that was
not
very unexpected.
Not a surprise to me.
It
you don't
was
think
it?
so?
I think that car has been pretty fast with him behind the wheel. Plus, we've seen Beers do good in that car.
Yeah.
But like at the Sizzler, he broke on lap 10.
Yeah.
So he never really got a chance to show the speed.
Yep.
But all those cars, Zachem, Swanson, they all pitted on an earlier caution and stayed out when the leaders pitted, and they kept their track position.
Hey, not to
except for
mention,
Silk.
Swanson ran a hell of a strategy.
Yeah.
They almost, if Silk isn't so good,
If Silk just did not race.
right? Well, if they're so on.
Yeah.
Silk is so good in that car at Stafford with Phil Moran.
Yeah.
I
I think he's the key, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude is just.
Well, Silk. Yeah, but when Silk was there,
not taking away. I mean, obviously, Silk is ultra talented, but
When he was
it's
there-
just a lethal combination.
when he was there in the '85.
The Stewart car, yeah.
The Stewart
he
car,
won
he-
a lot of races.
he
At
won a-
Stafford, he won a lot of
Yes,
races.
he won a lot of
Yep.
races there. So that's what I'm saying. You put him with Moran, it's
Yeah.
lethal.
That is a
Right.
deadly
It's
combo.
lethal. So for Jacob Perry to run with him, to Swanson, those guys to call a race and almost knock him off. Swanson, I didn't think he had a shot. And when they restarted,
Yeah.
I didn't know. See, because I didn't see him the first half of the race.
Right.
I'm like, oh man, he's fast. And he's running really, I forgot who he was racing with, pulled away from Zachem, I think.
Yeah, Zachem.
Zachem ran a hell of a race too. Those guys all called a great race. They weren't anywhere to be found in the first half of the race. Second half of the race, they were all there. Great job to call a race that way. Zachem, it's like a win. The 25, I felt like it was a win. Jacob Perry, I texted him and his father the next morning. I said, you guys got a hell of a lot to be proud of. I know they always talk about their little team, but truly they're looking for somebody to change a tire.
Yeah.
Who could help us change tires during this pit stop?
Right.
You are not at that team level over there, and you still ran with them. You got a lot to be proud of. For
Yeah.
sure. Yep.
100%.
Yeah.
Saturday Speedbowl winners.
Bring it.
Street stock winner was Al Stone. Mini stock winner, Chris Garside.
50 lapper.
How many wins is
Dude,
that for him
when
this
is
year?
Bu-
2, 3?
I don't know, but I think I saw he's missed a race and he's 17 out of the point lead.
Right.
That's wild.
Yeah.
When is Bavalako gonna get him?
He hasn't won yet this year,
Nope.
has
No.
he?
It's always Bavalako and him at the end, dude. Like, I swear, I'm just like, he's right there.
That division has been the division
It's
at
a
Waterford.
good
this year.
division. It
That's a
really
good
is.
like,
What's a great track for the minis? It's a perfect track.
Bavalako,
Yeah, it's the
Canfield,
perfect
Yep.
track.
Garside.
Yeah.
I mean,
19
David
of
Dorr
them.
was up there.
David Dorr runs really good. You know why Bavalako hasn't won? Because he stopped all the stuff with the King.
Yeah, I know.
None
He's
of-
gotta-
Go back.
He's got to fluff that up
Yeah,
again.
none of the King stuff is happening, and he isn't winning.
Maybe
Right.
he realized he's not the king.
Whoa.
What's up?
Whoa.
He's
I
not
speak
gonna like
truth.
this.
Wow.
What can I tell you?
Tough there.
Damn. You really said that.
I did
Wow,
say it.
he's not the
Did
king. I
Bavalako
mean,
finish second?
Second.
Again?
Third?
I thought third.
Second.
I thought third,
No,
right?
second.
Second.
Oh, okay.
He has multiple seconds this
Well,
year to Garside.
He's tired of that.
David Dorr got DQ'd. So
Oh, okay.
Oh,
All right,
did
I
he?
saw in race monitors.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that makes
Do you
sense.
know for
And-
what?
I don't.
I'm curious.
Who's the other one that's won this year? He drives that very small compact
Oh,
car.
my Chinese friend.
Oh, Jesus. Don't get him.
David
I think
Lee.
I think he wrecked.
David
or like
Lee
he was
twice.
out. He
Yeah,
wrecked
he-
twice.
Oh, he won twice.
He's won
Oh,
twice.
I think he like
Watch
wrecked
out.
on like lap 1 or 2 or whatever.
15th he finished, yeah. So
Okay, yeah.
that could be the
Well,
case.
you don't like when I say that? He likes it.
Continue on.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's best to
keep
just
doing
move the program along here.
Alright. Truck winner was Tyler Chapman.
All
The
right.
battle continues.
All right, are we gonna show
Do that
the,
again. Could you do that again, Sid?
What's that?
The graphic?
The Tyler
Well, let's do the
Chapman-
video first.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Don't tell me what to do. Play the tape.
So how many laps to go
This
is
is
this?
Diego Spot in the 55.
Oh!
Yeah, you can
Hey.
tell.
Is Sean Monahan
Yeah.
driving?
No, it's a 30 if you cannot tell.
I know, but you would think Sean Monahan's driving with
Oh,
that
watch
bump.
this. Oh!
Hey,
All right.
tit for tat.
And here comes the
Strickland.
84.
He
trying
didn't
to
gain
sneak
any
in
from
there.
that, though.
Strickland was third?
Oh, yeah, he's been running good.
Yeah, he's run
Strickland's.
real good lately.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, little bobble there by Beal.
Oh, is he going to get him again?
Yeah.
This is my first time watching
Knocking on
this.
the door. Hello, coming through.
Got to get him.
What a race. I mean, what an
Yeah, these guys put on
unbelievable
a good
race.
show, man. Week after week, it's fun to watch.
I love the trucks at Waterford. Oh, he's right there.
Yep. And yeah.
Look at this.
Clean, clean.
Well, I mean, this is good racing,
Yeah,
though, right?
great
Look at the
racing.
84.
Great racing.
Oh, the 84 is sitting there just like, and I remember telling Charlie, you got a wheel, bro.
yeah.
Hit him up.
See, I don't know
Little
about
messy.
no clean racing, but it
That's
was
a nice
definitely
save
good
by
racing.
Charles right there, though.
Yeah, look at the 55 comes back hard, too.
Wow,
Yeah.
Strickland was up there battling with them.
Yeah, so
Oh,
that
yeah.
was a good race, man.
Good for him.
Yeah, that was a good race.
I'm going to tell you this, man. I know those guys got out on the start-finish line and shook hands.
Beal and Chapman.
Yes. Chapman is over-the-top aggressive. Beal is aggressive.
Yes.
Right? And I know they got scolded by Williams
Yeah.
because Beal says to me on the radio, he says, one more contacted, we're both sitting down. And the problem here that I had with it is nobody wrecked.
Right.
They
Everyone kept
all
going.
saved it. The place was on their feet for it. I
Right.
mean,
What does
that's-
that mean? Like you're going to stop the race?
Yeah, why
and
would you
penalize them?
stop
That was a
that?
Well,
great
no,
show.
they were getting mad because they were duking it out.
Who was getting mad?
The racetrack and C-Dub a little bit, But did you seen Tyler let Beal catch
Newsflash, racetrack. That's good racing. We all
Yep.
come to pay to see that.
Right.
Chapman let Beal save it.
Yep.
Beal goes back, gets Chapman back and forth.
So they shook hands afterwards, you said, right?
Yep.
Then what's the problem?
Yeah.
No, we can't have any side-by-side racing or hard driving here. You got to just, if there's a car fast on you just got to let them on by. It's only
that's
fair.
trucks.
The problem
Trucks are
I
physical.
have.
Oh, yeah.
The problem I have is the 81 fans and the 80 and Beals fans or teams or whatever.
That was
just seem to keep jibber jabbing at each other.
Yeah.
You know what? The two of them got out of the truck and shook hands.
Yeah.
If they don't have a problem,
Yeah.
you shouldn't, have,
shouldn't
a problem.
have a problem.
Right.
Yeah, the
should-
problem is there's a lot of adrenaline rush going on there
Yeah.
for everybody else too. And so, the rivalry that's forming in that division is almost equivalent to what we had earlier in the year with Haidar
Yeah.
and Chapman.
Right.
Haidar and
And that's
Waterman.
what you want when you go to the track.
Oh, what?
I can't wait to see the next truck race.
So, me either.
Right.
The week before, Charlie got into Chapman.
Everything you want, man.
It's everything you want. The ones that were wrecking were the ones in the back.
Yeah.
Or mid-pack or whatever. And kudos to the 84. That's
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 weeks now
Back-to-back podiums. at
that
least.
he's...
Oh, that's back to back?
Yeah, he's smelling.
At least.
He's smelling behind
Wow.
him. He's almost...
Yeah,
still
he's
off.
waiting. He's waiting for them to not.
But those guys are good. Those two drivers, I'm going to say this, Chapman and Beal, been around a while.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got to pack a lunch to go get those guys. They're both aggressive. So the 84 is kind of new and raw. He's not at that level yet, but they're getting there. So
And he's young, isn't he?
he's a young
really
kid.
young, yeah.
And him and his dad have at it every week, and his dad is pumped. And
They
yeah.
need that. This division needs it, man. In the last couple of years, they've lost Emma and Brody and Kyle Guerrero and Kenny Cassidy.
Right.
And they need stuff
Yeah.
like this.
Listen, my wife, she's like, Diego, I don't care what division we're running. I love watching the trucks.
Yeah, they're fun.
I love the trucks.
Yeah. Yep.
And they haven't failed yet. Even with small car counts,
Yep.
they're making a comeback again.
Yep.
The only thing that could have been better was my brother in the field. He almost was. Now, that would have been a
Yeah,
recipe.
seeing a
yeah,
55
100%.
truck bump somebody in front of him is pretty close.
Yep.
It's a hell of a race, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. SK Lights winner was Nick Hovey.
My boy.
That was my first win spotting for an SK Light.
Yeah, good for you. I'm
Yeah.
surprised you didn't sabotage it because I had him in the pit.
I know.
Well, that's the only thing I said afterwards. I'm like, damn it. I'm like, Sid had you.
Yeah, Diego.
I told him when I left Stafford on Friday, I'm like, I get all this out now because
Right.
tomorrow's the big race, guy.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I
He
said,
did me good. He did me good.
he was real stout. Evan Burgoyce.
Yeah.
No-
I was following on Race Monitor. Did something happen to Burgoyce? Because he went from like second to fourth, I think, on one lap.
That could have been Hovey.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know if it was. I'm not sure what happens. But Burgoyce is damn fast, man.
Yeah, they got it dialed
he's a
in.
good racer too, man. Those guys race real well, and the 51 was lingering in there, and so it's fun to watch. I had a good time spotting for Nick. I hadn't won yet, and that he works for me, and we won the race, and made me feel real good. And maybe I'll get another opportunity when my brother's not around. We'll see.
Right
So-
on.
There's a little conflict of interest there, though, with the pick'ems. I mean, there's a car high. You're like, oh, all clear, Nick.
I said, sorry, Christine, I had to do it.
Yeah, I couldn't let Sid get that point.
Right.
All right. I hope they're all in. You guys are prepared for a supersized show because we're an hour in.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm having a good time. I'm
No,
just
absolutely.
saying.
Let's
Yeah.
run it 2 hours.
Giddy
Don't
up.
care.
Diego's like, but the picks, Christina, the picks.
All right. So late model winner, Doug Curry.
Yeah.
Congrats to
Good for
those
him.
guys. Yeah, man.
They've stepped it up.
They sure have.
He had that big wreck a couple years ago, I think, in turn one.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
they've bounced back in a big way.
Yeah, and the car's purple.
Right.
Gotta
It's a
love
nice
it.
Yeah.
car.
Gotta love it. Good for Doug
No,
Curry.
happy for him. Yeah.
Dude, and he's like a one-man show over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does his own tires, does his own stuff.
Yep.
And then he goes out and opens up a can of whoop butt on everybody.
And it's,
You know what I mean?
It's nice
Right.
because it's a guy who raced mini stocks. Did he
Yes.
win a mini stock title?
Yep.
Yep.
And he won a
then
street stock title.
Back-to-back years.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now he's up to late models and winning theirs. So
Yeah.
to see him go up the fender ladder like that and
Yeah.
succeed
It's
in
cool.
all the divisions, it's really sweet.
Very Monahan-esque.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
It really is impressive. So good for Doug. All
All
right.
right. SK modified winner was Eric Burnt.
He needed that.
Yeah, definitely.
First
And-
one since early in the year, right?
Yeah.
Right. And they were a little bit of a you know what show? They went single file restarts. I haven't seen that
With
in a
like
while.
20
Oh,
to,
they did?
Wow.
with like 20 to go.
I
But
knew
there's
they
only
wrecked a lot, but I didn't realize they went single file.
there's only 6 or 7 cars left with 20 to go.
Yeah, why even bother going single file at that point? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
too-
I saw Janovic's car was wrecked. Moeller's car was wrecked. Gata wrecked.
They all
Listen,
went in hard.
Yeah.
This is gonna be crazy, man. So now Flannery point lead, Timmy 2 back, Todd Owen 4 back, Andrew Moeller 6 back, Eric's 11 back.
No shot.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun to watch.
Wow.
And any of one of those guys can win
Oh,
any
Just a
given
little
week.
luck. Just a little luck, and it can become a huge lead.
Is Moeller still the point leader of Stafford?
Yes, he is. He's the point leader by at least 20-something.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, that would be kind of cool.
to win it.
Both like Owen did.
Todd's been there, done that.
Moeller's
so-
leading by 34 right now.
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
Stafford.
34?
Yeah.
How many races left?
Probably like 8 or 9, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just past halfway through the
Wow,
season.
that's a big point lead.
Not big enough. It
Yeah.
only takes one bad night.
I was going to
Yeah.
say, that's
Yeah.
only 1.5
That's
races.
17 positions on track.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, well, if he ends up DNFing this week, it's on you.
Don't say that.
You're
Yeah.
you're
Don't say
insinuating it.
that.
That's a given, Ponzo. We all know that.
That's true.
Continue on, Rim.
Dang. All right, now let's go to Saturday Seekonk winners. Sportsman winner was Jimmy Sylvia.
All right, so we have some more great racing to watch in the sportsman division over at Seekonk Speedway.
Who does the videos?
Tito films them.
Oh,
yeah,
Nick?
yeah. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know who puts them together for YouTube, but this is from their YouTube channel.
Corner they come. There's a green flag. Nice
I mean,
even start
every week,
as
Remy
the
said
10
this
of Rio
last week,
drops
and I
down,
think
makes
I
it
agree with
3
her.
wide before
In
the
terms of
stripe.
like
Down
side by
back stretch they
side,
go
awesome
down.
action
Almeida
week
looking
after
for room. Here
week. It's
comes
the
the
SKs
17.
at Stafford
Kohler
1 and
down to the inside.
the sportsman
3
division at
wide
Seekonk
for the
2. I
lead
mean,
off of
I just
every
can't
week
believe
it's-
this.
Every week it's like this. So much fun.
In the outside lane. Kohler in the inside and right in the middle. That is Benoit in the 12. And
Will
as the
Siviat,
Russians
he's not
go
even
down
around.
Backstretch, Benoit takes the lead back.
And while they're fighting, look at Sylvia.
Like, this is insane. This is basically plate racing happening right here. I don't understand how they emulate this.
Look at Sylvia just working the outside by himself, 3 wide.
Wow.
Look at him.
racing.
Right.
Yeah, look at him just cruising around up there.
The one keeps taking a peek out of the turns, too.
I think that bottom lane, like the very bottom, I think it's a little bit flatter.
Oh, it's a little progressive?
I think the bottom lane's a little flatter compared to the next lane up.
Look at
This
the
is
16's not even trying to go to the bottom. He's lit. Look at him.
Right.
He's
Way
trying to
up
get
there.
even higher.
He
has-
It's a full speed pace lap.
Yep.
Yeah.
He has no attempt at the bottom.
I mean, look at this.
Oh,
He's
don't
peeking
split the difference.
Right?
No.
Look at it.
Look at him.
Diego, he's still out
Oh,
there.
you finally gave me an opportunity. It's like the Speedbowl.
Dude, I just don't how. Like, there's no separation in this whole field.
Just great stuff, man.
Look at him go.
Wow.
Look at that.
That
Look
car
at
on
that
the
high side.
outside.
That's
Yeah,
him.
that's
Holy
it.
look at him. Oh, he sent it in there.
Oh, a little too high that time.
Yeah.
Wow, actually, no, he got a huge
Yeah,
run.
he's doing all right out there.
I did not know you could run that high.
Dude, look at him.
I didn't know you could drive like that on asphalt, to be honest. It looks like dirt racing.
I mean, if you got the car.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this great stuff over there, man. Just a lot of fun.
Congratulations to him. Is that the father or the son? Do you guys know? Is his name Junior?
He ended up winning the race.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Is that Pepe? They used to call him Pepe. You don't know? Oh, it's unbelievable. We were a big fan of him because he was a madman.
Yeah.
He had the same type of cars. Show up at Thompson, them outlaw races. Oh, he was fun as hell to watch.
What division is that? Limited Sportsman?
Yes.
I do remember those, the outlaw races.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, he was one of the guys. My brother loved him.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So I know. Good for him.
All right. So sport trucks winner was Amy Arsenal.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah,
Good for the women.
I think she finished second the week before. And,
Yeah, good for her.
She's been having a good run
that's
down
the
there.
Hedges truck. Good for them guys.
Do we know how many ladies have won at Seekonk?
I don't.
A couple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, at least a couple.
I'm sure for like on Fridays, Bandoleros.
Yeah.
But on
No,
Saturday,
on
I'm not
Saturdays,
sure.
I think there's been 2, but I
Yeah,
could be
maybe
wrong. I thought
somebody-
there was 2.
Someone on the chat.
I mean, one of
knows.
our limited
Phil's
late
saying.
model drivers, Samantha Dell, she's won at Seekonk before in a bando.
Oh, yeah, she was really good there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Won 3 weeks in a row, I think.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Fun facts with Bonza.
Fun fact.
I want to say maybe Erica Santos at the
Did she win at Seekonk?
in a
Nemo?
midget. Yeah.
She won at Stafford in a midget.
Yeah. All right. Maybe that's what I was thinking. Anyways. All right. Go ahead.
Okay. Late model winner was Charlie Rose.
Yep.
And past North winner was DJ Shaw.
Right on.
Can we
DJ
talk?
Shaw's
Can we
always
talk
fast.
about Charlie Rose for a second?
No, we're good.
Well, oh, no, you don't want to.
Well, you're going to
Yo,
talk
how-
about
was
him in
he
your
your
pick
pick
again.
again?
See,
Okay.
Was he your pick?
How,
It was both of
stellar.
our picks.
Stellar, right? How do you pick that one, right, Bonza?
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut once
Oh,
in a while.
excuse me. Unbelievable. I don't know. All right, I'm done.
DJ Shaw, though, I mean, whether it's a pass race or an ACT
Dude,
race, you know he's going to be
he's there.
fighting for the win.
He's
Yep.
there for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So, Monaco Modifieds were at White Mountain Motorsports Park, and the winner was Jake Johnson.
There's something about him in bull rings.
Yeah.
Because he's won at Star, he's fast at Seekonk, and now he's won at White Mountain.
Yeah.
He drove a really good race.
I'll tell you what, man. Hirschman and Swanson looked like they were sandbagging it, and then
They just weren't.
Did not work for Swanson.
And Swanson, yeah, it didn't work. I don't know if the car was off or it just backfired on him, but he ended up getting lapped, and then he got caught in traffic, and then Bello got lapped. He couldn't get by him. It didn't work. Hirschman had enough to pass a car every time he needed to keep Woody behind him, and then they got the caution.
Hirschman was a caution eventually after that,
He
too.
was,
Yep.
yeah.
He and Woody
It
got
was a
together.
messy end. It went like 72 laps, I think, and then
Yeah.
it got messy. I think there was 4 or 5 cautions, and
Yeah.
Cipriano hit the choose cone, and there was one.
That-
Yeah, it was
Did that
crazy.
did he pit because of that?
I
he
think
went
so.
to pit road the
I
lap
think so.
after.
Yeah, I think
You
so.
didn't have a GoPro on the cone, did you?
Only because I usually use a roll bar mount.
Yeah.
It's funny because I usually use a roll bar mount, and I just forgot to put one in the bag. And so I was telling him, I'm like, I could put a sticky mount on this, but if it does get hit, I don't think the camera's going to survive.
Nope.
And so we decided to put it on another car, and I lost the camera
Yeah.
off the car, so it didn't even matter. But
I'll tell you what about Jake Johnson. I didn't realize he had such a huge personality.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had known, when he won in the 3, I was like, oh, that's cool. But at the time, it's really all I knew about him. He gave a hilarious interview.
You see his pose in Victory Lane?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was great.
He drove a great race where it might have been hard to pass for some, but during that long run, he was making passes on guys like Williams and McKennedy and all these guys who are no slouches. And then on the restart, he motored by Kopchik. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
he was really fast.
Yep.
Didn't he win at Monadnock in the 3?
And
Yeah.
Yes.
tour
Yeah,
race.
on the
Yeah,
tour race.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he won there too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got a knack for these bull rings.
That's what I'm saying. Those are like his specialties, man.
Well,
For
he
sure.
grew up in Seekonk, did he
Yeah.
not? So it makes sense. No, he did a really good job.
Yeah. All right. Fast Friday at Seacon. Sorry.
Come on.
Bandolero Bandits winner was Luca Dibb. Bandolero Outlaws winner was Bryson Robidoux. Legend Car winner was Jace Mojian.
He just wins everywhere.
Yeah,
does, man.
he's
Oh,
so
yeah.
good.
He's an ace.
Sport 4 winner was Crystal Murray, and then Pure Stocks winner was Greg Perry.
How's Mason Silva been doing?
He's finished second like 4 weeks
Oh,
in a row.
runner up
Really?
every
And he
week.
won
Yeah.
once this year.
He did.
Yeah.
And I think he's finished second every race since.
Oh,
Hey, he's no look. I watched Mason race in the Wild Thing carts, and he was winning races there.
Yeah.
He'll get another
he's
one.
fast.
He
Yeah.
will.
dude,
Um,
Mason's awesome.
Yeah, he came and got a GoPro.
Mason
Really?
is
Yeah,
awesome.
Tommy asked me, he's like, can we put a GoPro on? I'm like, of course. I'm like, listen, fringe benefits from being on the Sid's View crew.
Dude,
You can
right.
whenever you
Let's
want.
He's
be real.
awesome. His dad's awesome. His
Yeah.
mom's awesome. They're great people.
22
man.
legend cars.
Oh wow!
Friday night.
How about Chase Mangion? Is that
Yeah.
his name?
Jace with a J.
Chase.
Yeah.
He went up there. I don't think he runs there regularly. From what I understand, Emma said, Dad, he put a whipping on him. And he doesn't, I don't know if he goes there often, but he's been, he's the only one that gives PJ a run for his money down at the bowl on Saturday night. So
Yeah.
He's a pretty quiet kid
he,
too.
he seems to be.
Yeah.
Super confident, though.
Oh yeah.
Super confident kid. Yep. All right, Rem. Thank you, my dear. All right, I have myself an absolute doozy for you on this week's Waddell Communications bringing us the Nostalgia Nugget of the week. All right, so listen. This is a special one this week because I actually have a video clip for this week's Nostalgia Nugget. Because, Diego, would you know that it is the 30th anniversary to the day, July 30th, 1994, of the big fire at the Waterford Speedbowl. Now, so for those of you that do not know, and we will show the video clip here shortly, it was the Z-Rock 125 that was won by Jeff Pearl. And Jeff Pearl has told me multiple times when I've interviewed him, nobody remembers my first win because there was this huge fire on the front stretch. And so it was a big, it was not like, it was this was the Quarterwags era, so pre-Terry Ames, but it was a big event. I think it was their biggest race of the year. And if you've watched the Speedbowl documentary, I did a piece about this, but I'm about to show you the raw footage. It involved several people in that wreck. Most notably, Mark Lajeunesse, Dennis Gaeta, and Larry Lamphere. Mark and Dennis were the last two to get out of the car. And Todd Ceravolo, Phil Rondo, there was a ton of them in it. So let's get right to it here. It's probably the most spectacular crash in the history of the Speedbowl. That's the great Joe Golis on the line.
Great voice.
And this starts with, that's Jimmy Broderick in the 3 spinning around. And they all pile in. I believe that's Dennis Gaeta that backed into Larry Lamphere's car, if I'm not mistaken.
We've got a couple of cars on fire.
And this thing just erupts.
Wow.
I'm guessing the fuel came out, right?
Correct. Yep.
As you can see, the boys from Cohansey
and I believe Webby told me that Cohansey has since upgraded to a foam type extinguisher, and there's, I mean, you can tell it's almost like whatever they're using at first there just keeps
it's just getting worse.
Yeah.
It's almost like a grease fire.
Yeah.
Right.
And as you can see,
Oh, you could definitely be feeling that in the stands. I bet they were hot in the face from that.
So the amazing thing about this is I interviewed Joe Golis for the Speedbowl documentary, and this was one of the things that I wanted to talk to him about. And he just said, "No, I don't really remember that. You know, that we had several fires. They all, none of them really stick out." And I was like, "Wow, clearly you didn't."
I was there.
Were you really?
Yes,
yeah.
I remember that.
Terrifying. It had to have been.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That's those fires you never see these days.
No.
No, the safety of what they have is clearly much better. So not only was that my birthday, that was my 21st birthday.
Wow.
Oh yeah, and
cheers to you, Sid.
Did you throw some alcohol in that fire?
Yeah,
Is that
right.
why it got bigger?
So my hiatus from racing was like 86 to 98. So I was not. I remember there was a huge picture of it in the paper the next day, and I was also very hungover. So yeah, my memories of that day are foggy and of something completely different. But I did have a good time. That is for sure.
That's what matters.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's get going here. Let's keep rolling. Our man Rob ready to. Oh, time out. Hold on, Rob. Before we get to you, I got one quick thing we got to get to, because Remy said, "Are you gonna update this?" And I forgot to update it.
Oh,
We got to update the Chapmans. So they each scored a win. Tyler Chapman, my 3 sons, over the SK Lights at Thompson, and then Tyler Chapman in the trucks. Can't seem to get a win on a week when the other Tyler Chapman wins,
Right.
and so it stands at 3 wins. We're getting a little late in the season here. It's going to be August here in a couple days. I don't know if the truck guy here can make it happen, but we sure will continue to have a blast as we keep tally on what's going on over there.
I don't know if there's a record for SK Light wins at all 3 Connecticut tracks. Chapman's got to be close.
Well, Tony Membrino was pretty dominant that one
he
year
was.
when, and I don't know what he had for a total, but that just sticks out to me. He he was winning everywhere that year.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Chapman's got 15 at Stafford, I think, and he's got a ton of Thompson now.
Oh, you're talking for career
In SK Lights, yes.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. Well, I mean, Mambrino would probably still be on that, but yeah, because a lot of them don't really
stick around,
and they don't,
Right.
and they don't really race multiple tracks. There's only a handful of them that
Yep.
do. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, all right, my man Rob, he's tired of us chatting. Let's giddy up. Here we go. Who's your Tire East popcorn stat chat?
You know, it's funny. I almost feel like the stat chat's kind of been happening the whole show. I feel like we got Bonds in here, so there's a lot of stats flying around.
Sorry.
No, it's all great. It's great. I love it. But we got some interesting topics here. Okay, the Olympics are going on, so my favorite televised program ever, the NASCAR Cup Series, unfortunately, it's not racing for 2 weeks.
Oh my god.
I know. I'm going to keep myself. I'm trying.
Sid,
it's hard.
how does
It's hard.
that make you feel?
I could care less. I would much rather watch swimming than the freaking cup race.
Hey, I can
the
respect
swimming's been
swimming.
fun.
Swimming's got a fire. I will.
course.
I do love swimming. But let me ask you this. If you were in charge of implementing motorsports into the Olympics, what formats and courses would you want to see? Specifically when they come back to the U.S. in 2028 for the Summer Olympics?
I want SK Lights at Stafford. 50 laps. Bang. How you like me now?
All right.
No good?
No, I mean,
that's a win.
No, that's a win for you, Sid.
Yeah.
That's a win for Stafford for sure. If they were hosting the Olympic Games.
Where is it? In California?
Yeah. But I mean,
Stafford's not in California.
yeah, that's
No,
it's going to be
the
kind of an
Olympics.
issue.
No, I know. I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, I got you. Yeah.
So they'd have to like reopen
What's a good,
Irvindale.
is Irvindale over
I
there?
think they have to reopen. I think
Yeah,
they
yeah.
closed
They've been
it.
open and closed, open and closed.
Yeah.
SK Lights at Stafford with like international superstars.
That would be
That
so
would be
insane.
something.
That would be fun.
Could you imagine like Lewis Hamilton racing
Right.
with Kyle Larson and then like Scott Bloomquist and
I think
Keith Rocco?
Like the mods would be a nice, right? Because
A nice intermediary.
It'd have to be open wheel because
Right.
stock cars is basically native to the U.S.
Yeah, or like a GT car, something like that.
Nah, no, not
GT
sports
car.
GT cars.
Are you
Don't-
serious?
No.
It's more likely to be GT than it to be Cup.
Do it again, please.
Yeah,
No.
really.
Fine, hit it again. Whatever.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, no
For
kidding.
real.
GT cars.
No, I would prefer SK. I'm just saying there would likely be some sort of lobbying going. Oh, well, this is only racing in the U.S. We gotta race GT cars or F1 cars or Indy.
Who talks like that?
I don't know, hypothetical corporate guy. I don't know. But yeah, I feel like they would have to have a short oval, a dirt track, a super speedway, a road course. Like, you couldn't just, it would have to be like a complete average of every motorsport. I don't know if they would race a specific car for each of those tracks. I mean, this is the Olympics, so we basically got a limited budget here, right?
Is this only in America?
Yeah, it's
Since,
2028.
like, okay, so-
U.S.
I can't help. What the hell?
Diego, what do you think about
I
this?
don't think this is terrible.
What do you mean?
This is awful.
I think I'm with Diego on
What
this
the hell
one.
are we talking about?
The ratings would absolutely tank.
Oh, I'd rather watch swimming.
See, now you're talking, my man.
Yeah, let's
Flawless.
put
Crown Vic.
Crown
let's
Vic's
put-
at Sonoma. I'm
Let's
in.
put Bloomquist.
Sonoma.
Oh my goodness. The hell are we talking about here? Okay.
Give us something else. What else
All
you
right.
got?
Poor Rob.
So they've already made the format, okay?
Listen, there's no guarantee that we like his discussion.
This is great.
Let's just pretend that the format was made by someone who is a little bit more intelligent.
Than us? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a rock.
Right.
Now you gotta devise Team USA here. Okay? You can only put 4 in. So who are you gonna bring?
Active?
Yep.
Or can we do retired drivers in their prime?
Ooh.
Ooh.
I don't know. Let's do that. Let's do that. I think that would spice it up a little bit more.
Okay. AJ Foyt.
Yep.
I would get.
I mean, the Mount Rushmore would be AJ Foyt, Mario Andretti, Dale
Yeah.
Earnhardt, and
I would say AJ Foyt, Tony Stewart,
that's a good one.
And then if I had to pick 2 more from America,
Yeah,
this is tough.
Kyle Larson's a good
Kyle
one.
Larson,
I got
especially for
a
current
good
day.
one for you.
Let me finish, Diego. I have one more.
Yeah, Diego, shut the hell up.
I know you're getting old, so your memory may not be as good.
Oh, wow.
All right. So I am such a you know what. Anyways.
Yeah.
AJ Foyt, Tony Stewart, Kyle Larson, and Cale Yarborough.
Wow.
Why you gotta diss the Italian? It should be Andretti. It's garbage.
How about Carl Edwards?
What?
That could be part of yours.
That's such
Go
a
ahead.
That's
add
your pick.
Right.
one.
Carl Edwards is a beast.
I agree with
Okay.
that.
Dude, he's nasty. Carl
one.
Edwards, Dale Earnhardt. I don't know any of those open
Oh,
wheel
I did
guys.
not mention Dale Earnhart.
You don't know AJ Foyt and Mario
I don't-
Andretti?
Yeah, I
What?
don't know. I know them, but I don't watch them. I
So
don't,
you know how Tony Stewart
No, that's
has
'cause they
won.
raced, like,
you know how
70
Tony
years
Stewart's
ago.
won in everything, right? AJ Foyt came before Tony.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll replace Yarborough with Dale Earnhardt. I should have mentioned Dale Earnhardt Sr. But go ahead.
Yep, that's all. Oh, and I got Tony Stewart. Mm-hmm. And my last one is probably going to be a bad pick by all you, but I was always a Darrell Waltrip fan, so that's
That's
what I'm
not a
taking.
bad pick.
No, that's not
Yeah.
bad at all, I don't think.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Anybody else?
Go ahead, Remy.
All right.
Cole Custer.
No, it's all.
Austin Cindric,
Anybody who races
Okay.
Penske.
Joseph
Jeff Gordon.
Newgarden.
Yeah.
Jeff Gordon.
Hey, don't. You might hear that name.
Y'all, back up.
All right.
Gordon.
Jeff Gordon. Ryan Blaney.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Listen here. Shut it.
Come on.
I'm on 2, right?
Yes.
All right. I'll go with Joseph Newgarden.
Oh my! You can't make this up.
Dude,
You
mean
cannot make
Flippenberger?
this
who
up.
the hell is Joseph
Who was your first
Newgarden?
driver?
What are we
Who was your
talking
first driver? Who was your first
Jeff
pick?
Gordon.
Okay, he never drove for Penske. All right, one more.
That's fair.
All right. Dale Earnhardt.
Word.
All right.
Why Blaney and Newgarden? Like genuinely.
I've
Penske.
Yeah,
Give me
make
your
the case
objective
for Blaney
reason.
here.
Don't give me no bias.
I don't want to hear some
Objective
glazing
I
of
feel
Blaney
like
here.
Blaney could be a really good driver.
If you say it's because of Penske, I would have picked Elio
it's not.
Castroneves.
It's
Yeah.
not because of Penske. Like, I feel like Ryan Blaney's a really good driver. Like, I don't
It's
think
100%
he's like.
because it's Penske.
100.
100%.
100.
You're really pissing me off.
Yo, she was too. I can see her. She's really getting pissed.
Look at that red in the face, man.
Hell yeah. She's like, shut the hell
I
up.
need not to swing at you right now. Just go. I don't want to talk anymore. I'm
right.
done with you.
Sid?
I
I
don't-
love you, Remy.
I don't care.
Whatever.
Keith Rocco, Sean Monahan, Phil Rondo, and Jace Mongeon.
This is the Sid angle right here. This is crazy.
Wow, the scrappy ones.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
You know, Ted
Yeah.
Christopher would be a good one.
No
too.
Ted Christopher was picked by any of us.
My bad.
Rob, do you have your own?
I do.
Go.
I got Kyle Larson, right? We're covering short oval and dirt. Mario Andretti right there. Covering the big oval. Some road right there. Tony Stewart. We got dirt. Short oval,
Everything.
big oval, everything. Road too. And the driver that I truly think is the best Cup Series driver of all time in
David.
Jeff Gordon.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Most wins in the modern era.
Don't hate on Jeff.
I
I'm
can't.
not, but I'd
he's
put
easily
David
top
Pearson
3.
ahead of him.
Wow.
Wow.
I'd put David Pearson ahead of him.
Okay, that is fair because he only ran 3 seasons and he has, 102 wins, right?
3 full seasons, 3 championships.
Yep. Okay.
105
Yep.
wins.
He makes a case. Better than Petty, for sure.
Yeah.
That's a different topic. though.
It's your right to be wrong, though. So
Okay.
it's fine.
Wow.
I love this show.
I hope this still works when the show's over.
Yeah, I know. That fun's
Show.
pretty worn out by now. All right, here's my last topic.
Go.
To you, what is the golden age of oval racing and why?
Who is you?
Are you?
Oh, okay. I thought you were asking Sid specifically.
No. In other words, what span of the sport did you enjoy the most?
So we had to have witnessed it.
Yes.
Oh, that's a prerequisite? I didn't know that. Okay.
Well, I guess this question doesn't necessarily
So the
Apply.
golden age of stock car racing?
to you.
I mean,
Just oval racing in general.
I wish I was doing my this. I'm gonna answer it a different way, and hopefully you'll accept it. But
All right.
I wish like I was doing Sid's View, like in the '70s, when there was the Pinto Revolution, and all the cars looked different. There wasn't a lot of rules. There was no tire rules.
Yep.
There was Gremlins and Pacers and Mustangs and Corvairs and Vegas and all different kind of cool body styles. And there was personalities like Bugsy and Ron Bouchard and
Bodine.
And Bodine was ultra confident. And Richie Evans, obviously. That would have been such a cool era to capture. And it is the era when there is the least amount of footage.
Yeah.
You know, it's before the camcorder boom of the 80s. And for some reason, more people seem to do reel-to-reel stuff in the 50s and 60s than they did in the 70s. So it's the era where there's the least amount of stuff. But I feel like, and maybe it's because there is so few things captured that it somewhat gets sensationalized, maybe better than it was.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it just seems like it would be a real cool era. And don't forget, you know, the announcers, the young announcers back then were Mike Joy and Jackie Arute, and Ben Dodge was towards the end of the 70s. But Jackie and Mike Joy and like at the Speedbowl was cousin Johnny Smalls, like really people that had really big personalities. So I was born in 73, so I don't remember the 70s, but that's what I would pick.
I'm honestly right with you.
Yeah.
Both in short track and NASCAR. If we could get the safety to this day and age with those type of cars in that time period, I think that would have been like close to perfect.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I love the racing we have now. It's just seeing the differences in all the cars, both in Cup and in modified racing back in the 70s, where it legit, like the NASCAR Cup cars looked just like their stock counterpart.
Right.
They weren't stock. They were
Not
heavily
even close,
modified,
yeah.
but they looked stock. And again, the personalities.
Yeah.
I mean, just I love watching those old videos from the 70s in the big leagues and in the short track ranks and
Right.
seeing how different it was. And I like what we have now, but it'd be cool to be back in that time period just with the safety upgrades of today.
I just feel like once the 70s ended, it was like everything, especially in Cup, immediately shifted. Like they went to the smaller wheelbase in 81, and then it just became custom panels, custom everything. Like it wasn't like hacked together
Yeah,
panels.
but I mean, it was custom built chassis back then too in the
Right.
70s.
But they used like the same roof and everything on the street car. Like that completely went away. It went to fiberglass, right?
To me, it's all about the 80s, right? The personalities with local short track racing back then with the Rondos, Jimmy Animal Lloyd, Brian McCarthy.
Brian McCarthy was huge.
And then on the NASCAR side, you had Dale Earnhardt, Tim Richmond,
Darrell Waltrip.
You could just the racing that was just, I mean, it was at the Mecca, man. Like Tim Richmond battling out and then going out and partying at night, and it was like it was Hollywood.
Yep.
And then Days of Thunder came out. You know what I mean? It was
That's
just
the 90s,
but it was towards the end of that era.
Yeah.
Right of that the whole thing. It was probably built off of what was going on in the 80s.
Right.
Almost, you know. So that whole era for us, I know my brother would probably say the same thing. Man, it was just awesome.
I would have loved to be old enough, like my age now, in the 90s to witness NASCAR's boom. Because I could not imagine what it was like when NASCAR was on the uptrend every year up until the mid-2000s.
But it was like that at short tracks, too.
Yeah.
Like the short tracks were like that, and then you couldn't get into a cup race.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. That was the 80s, right? 80s and 90s?
When the Speedbowl got the NASCAR sanction in 2000, that was a ginormous deal.
Right.
That was
especially
a
with
huge
Winston.
deal.
I'm not sure if Winston was doing the short track sanction back then, but
yeah, the Winston Racing. I mean, I don't know. I remember all this stuff.
Yeah, I think that was gone by then, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't.
I mean,
that was right around the time with Winston, then Dodge eventually took over.
Yeah,
and
I think it was
whatever.
Dodge actually. Yeah, now that you say that. Yeah,
that's
But
great.
yeah, just like can't imagine what it was like to be in the industry during that time period where
Right.
everything was booming. It was the
Could you-
number 2 sanctioning sport to NFL,
which is insane to think about.
Insanity.
Yeah.
yeah. It had the second largest attendance for professional sports, second to football.
Hey.
Yeah.
And these drivers were larger than life, transcendent personalities.
Yeah.
Like they went beyond the sport.
Well, you know, it just kept building and building. You know, like the 80s, the 90s. It just kept. It was like the economy. And then boom.
Yeah.
The bubble pop.
The bubble pops. And it's unfortunate, and hopefully they get back there again. I know they're trying a hell of a lot of stuff to get back to the top, but
Like Earnhardt and Gordon, I wish I got to see that.
Yeah.
how could you not? I mean, my
I mean,
God.
it's going to be hard for them to reclaim that because there was a lot of other like cultural, societal factors
Yes.
going on that aided in the NASCAR boom. I guess for me, obviously, I was only alive for the tail end of this era, but in retrospect, if I had to put dates on it, I would say like 1992, 3 through like 2007 was probably like the golden era of the sport in terms of like perfect balance of hard to drive cars, parity, media coverage, personalities. You had Earnhardt Gordon, rise of Jimmy, the young guns on the short track. You had Ted Christopher, Mike Stefanik. I mean, even the mod tour was being covered on ESPN2. Like,
That
I don't
is
know how
true.
you could be asking for anything better than that.
right.
Word.
Word.
All right, that's what I got to say. Word
All
on
right,
that.
brother. Appreciate you. All right, listen, we have a new sponsor in the house, Diego.
Hell yeah.
Broadbrook Heating and Cooling.
I love them.
They said they want in on the Did You Know. They want some more trivia and whatnot. And I said, you know what? I think we can accommodate that. Thank you, Rem. Is it all set?
I think so.
All right. All right, so let's get into it. Let's give them their due with an official opening. All right, so I went in and I found this one. Did you know that 7 years ago yesterday is when Ryan won the Xfinity race in the Gibbs car?
It's been that long?
It's been
Yeah.
that long.
What the hell? I still remember that vividly.
Where was that at?
New Hampshire, right?
No, it was at
Iowa.
Iowa.
I thought
Yeah.
he won one at New Hampshire, too. Did he not?
Here's the clip.
He's made it there.
This actually came up on my Facebook memory.
Properly, things like this take practice too, KP.
Yeah.
Little Mohawk Northeast in the
Let me
house.
tell you, the way he drove today.
Oh, he had Mohawk on the car. I
He
didn't
knows
know
how
that.
to do it.
Let's go down to Marty Snyder.
Hey, Dave, how about that? Dreams do come true.
This was a cool day, man.
Ryan
I
Preece started
remember this
racing when he
day
was
like
6
it
years
was.
old, and as he told us, waited 20 years for this chance.
So this
And
was
he has
obviously
delivered with a
before
win here for
I
Tailgate
came.
Racing.
2017.
Yeah, this was
Yeah.
before I came. But even I realized how big a deal it was.
Foulmouth
Hey,
Ready
Ryan,
Mix
how about that?
fire suit in
You
the
bet
house.
on yourself, Ryan, and you won.
I don't even know what to say. I got to thank everybody. Albert and Kathy, Al Hankey, Betsy from Mohawk, Mizzy, just everybody involved. Man, Eddie and Connie Partridge, my modified owner, helping me. Tommy, man, I'm so lost of words right now. I don't even know what to say. This is what emotion is. I can tell you that, but it's just thought this race would never end. That's for sure. But man, nothing's gonna beat today.
And that is genuine emotion. 20 years in the
So I
making
mean, that's
for
what's
Ryan
so
Preece,
cool
Dave.
about
He's a
that
winner in
clip
the
is
Xfinity
like
Series.
the emotion of it. And, I mean, we were all rooting for him. It's
Oh, yeah.
we had these moments it felt a little bit like that when with Justin at New Hampshire a little bit. Like whenever these guys go and have success on the big stage, like the whole community comes together.
Oh,
and,
for sure.
And I'll
Yeah.
never forget that day. To me, I mean, I'm old. I get it, but I mean, I remember when Ron Bouchard won at Talladega, and it was like
that was huge.
It was huge. I was like, oh, I know that guy. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it was like as a kid, I just thought that was the coolest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, I don't remember specifically the day, but I mean, I remember Donnie Leah won the truck race, and there's just there's just certain moments that
That one right there is pretty big,
That's
though.
pretty big, and
Justin a Joe Gibbs car. I mean, that's a big deal.
Right.
That's one of the biggest deals.
and I think we all probably thought that it would turn out a little bit better than how it's played
Right,
out.
and blossom and
Right,
just grow
right.
and grow and grow.
But
Yeah.
you can see what these modified drivers can do in good equipment
Right.
Right.
at the national level.
Right.
Yeah.
Look at Bonson, you're at Loudon. He was running top 5 before he had his spin.
Unfortunately, the wreck.
Yeah, like these drivers, like it's tough in the big leagues. You have to be perfect
Oh,
to
yeah.
keep up with everyone.
Oh, yeah.
But you got the equipment. These drivers have the talent. This is the result.
Right.
So even when this was before Stafford for me, but even I knew that was a big deal because
Oh, yeah.
that was a guy
Yeah.
who came from the short track ranks that put everything on the line to get that win.
Yeah,
It's amazing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Put everything out there.
right.
I mean, could you imagine, honestly, if you just think about it for 1 second, the amount of contacts, the amount of work that
The amount
he
of money.
Yeah, but that he had to put together.
Right.
Yeah.
It's almost a full-time job just to put that one deal together.
Yeah, right.
To get Al and Kathy together and Mizzy. And I mean, to put that all together and say, okay, Joe, I got this.
Yeah.
Can I run the ride? Or what? I don't know how that deal went, but that's a big deal.
And you only get a couple
and they go and win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So he only had a few chances to capitalize on that opportunity, and he did.
And he did.
That's really hard to do.
Beast mode.
Yeah.
Right.
Beast.
All right. Listen, I have a feeling that the older guys are going to be enjoying this next segment.
Oh, what segment is this?
A little more than the younger troops.
Ooh.
Well, let's get right into it, Diego. It's the Race Day CT Weekly Pick'ems.
Hell yeah!
Oh, my God, with this.
Oh, there's a lot of green on the left side of that screen right there.
I love that music. I love that song.
Oh, Diego, shut the hell up.
Remy felt the pressure.
Rob, you're last.
Yeah,
Remy
I know.
did well.
Okay, you don't need to tell me. I already
All right,
know.
shut up. Remy did well. Maintained the lead. Diego had the big week. Tried to cheat. So
should have been bigger.
So here's what we're gonna do.
Should have been
chat,
bigger.
We're gonna need you. We're gonna need you to step up and give us your thoughts on this. So what happened last week? And I just have to pay more attention now when Diego does his picks.
Right.
So, you guys
he
always
is trying to sneak around with this.
Diego, we have every week we have to pick a touring series winner, and Diego picked Ron Silk in the Open 80, and we just didn't think about it until I went to update the graphic, and I said, "Now wait a minute, the Open 80 is not a touring series," and Diego delusionally was like, "Yes, it is. It's an open mod. That's a touring series." So,
me,
and mind you, this was in voice memo. This
so
was
I
not
say
text
to
messages.
the live chat.
Was the Open? Yes.
As the Open 80 shows or Open 100s, Modified Masters, whatever, the Open Modified shows at Stafford a touring series?
No.
Yes or no?
It really isn't.
Oh,
It's not.
because you guys, yes, thank you.
Fence line
What?
films.
Thank you. The
That's
first
ridiculous.
answer, yes.
No.
Fence line
Oh,
films.
you guys don't want to say yes.
Listen, Fence line films.
I would have
That's the wrong
went 4
answer.
for 5 for this week if you would have let me have it. Yes, should count. Thank you, Jeremy.
Jeremy,
That's
Whoa.
Well, where? Okay.
2. See? Sorry.
Knucklehead.
Wait.
Keeter.
No, tell me.
Tapley, thank you. They do not tour.
Yeah, where are they
Yeah.
touring?
It's not a touring series.
I don't care.
How are
They exclusively race at Stafford.
Thank you,
Stafford.
Scott.
There is
Tapley.
no points. There is no other track that they go to. They
The two
host
officials
a series
in the
of events
track.
at Stafford. Like
MRS
think they have more
is a
clout.
touring series. Monaco Modifieds is a touring
Correct.
series.
I get it.
Stafford Open Mods are not. Thompson Outlaw
Fence line
Mods are
films.
not.
We didn't ask if it's a big event, guy. We asked if it's a touring series.
It is
Not
not,
a
a
touring
touring
series.
series.
Thank you,
You
Bonssa.
guys didn't. You guys realized last week. Oh damn!
Do we have to
Diego's-
say that in our preview for the next open race? We're getting ready for our non-touring open modified race. No.
No, okay, I guess here's the question. Like, is there a champion crowned at the end of this? And if so, do they count points from any other track?
No and no.
So then the answer is no.
Well,
Right.
whatever. Hey, I'll still beat you guys.
Yeah.
Remy had a good week, though. She got 3 wins, too.
So, no, she got 2.
Oh, 2. Sorry.
yeah.
Rob
So
did.
the-
Rob did good.
No,
Just
Rob was terrible. Pull that up again. Yeah,
No, I don't even want to see this.
Yeah, Rob did real good.
that's pretty bad.
Wait,
Looks like
no.
my freaking crypto
Oh,
portfolio.
the second one for Remy is a white
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah,
background.
because
I would
they
have
rained
gotten
out.
that green, but
Yeah.
you know what?
No, I don't think you would have.
But I think I would.
Rob, what's happening, bro?
Dude, I don't know. Why don't you ask Kevin Gambacorta, Ed Gersh Jr., Jacob Burns, Kenny Hodgson, and Keith Rocco? I don't freaking know.
You're really going to call him out like that?
Dude, they ain't winning. They ain't winning.
All right.
Yeah,
All
settle
right, Diego,
down.
go ahead, buddy. You're up first.
Yeah, you guys ready for this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, you guys. So tell me right after this, if I did something wrong, please.
Okay.
Okay, because I know how
Yeah.
you guys like to play.
Now let me get all my sheets out.
Yeah, you start blowing up my phone, and I
Here we
leave.
go.
Oh, you can't do that. That's how it goes.
And then he blows up our phones with voice memos.
Oh, the voice memos.
Who does
you-
voice memos?
Oh, I wish you would save
Really?
those, man.
I talk on the thing, and Remy just starts dying. She says, "I can't stop laughing."
I
You
was
do
crying,
voice memos?
honestly.
I don't even. I just talk right into it, and I send them, and Sid's like, "That's enough."
No, but there's always like 10 seconds of silence before you start talking. Like, I don't get that.
That would drive
There
me up
always
a
is
wall.
just
So
so
you
much
know
silence.
why? Because it's voice. It's sound. Whatever it's called, canceling when you do the voice thing. So if music's going in the background, whatever, I don't care. You guys ready?
Yeah,
Great
we're
explanation.
Okay, here we go. Stafford. That's enough. Stafford Speedway. I'm chalking it up. You can't take him down this week. Travis Hydar.
ready. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Waterford Speedbowl. Streeters. Aaron Plemons.
Oh, Jesus. I got to change my picks now. I can't
Well,
have the same freaking picks
dude.
as him.
No, you always change your picks.
Jeez. I can do whatever I want. It's my show, Sid's View Podcast.
Okay? My wild card. SK Light, Stafford. Tyler Chapman.
Okay.
Not a bad one.
My other wild card. Marcello Rafano. SK 5K. Okay?
I like that.
Former winner.
Former winner. In the touring series, Jesse Switzer. ACT. Okay? So, like Tapley said last week, whoever goes 5 for 5,
$20.
$20.
I'm putting it in the pot.
I'll put it in the pot too.
So if you're saying if you win,
All
you're-
5.
All 5.
Yeah, but if he puts it in the pot, what's the 20?
No, if you
gonna
did
do?
it, I'd put 20 in the pot too. If you get 5 for 5,
Yeah.
I'd put 20 in the pot for sure.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
All right.
All right. So am I next or are you
No,
next?
no, you didn't win them out.
No, you're
I won
next. No,
twice.
we both got twice,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
you have you're in the lead. Go ahead.
Okay. Stafford going with SK. Todd Owen.
Last year's winner.
Waterford Street Stocks. Aaron Plemons. Wheelan. I'll go with Ron Silk. I'm also going with Act for my wild card. Gabe Brown. And then for another wild card, I'll go Waterford Trucks. Charlie Beals.
Whoa! Beals
Beals?
gets a Charlie Beals.
Beals. You threw-
Into
Beals.
that.
You threw an ass on there for no charge.
Yeah. 20.
I throw
Beals.
an ass on there for no charge. I'll take Charlie Beals. Charlie Beals for 10, please.
You want to hear something kind of crazy? Todd Owen, no podiums this year.
I know.
Wow.
So I'm really going on a limb. But I think
finished fourth last week.
Yeah, I was about to say he finished 4th last week. I feel like with this long run, maybe he'll get something going, and he'll make a
I crack up. Though.
We'll see what Todd Owens can do.
Yeah.
Todd Owen.
I'll take Charlie Beals for 10, please. Oh, that's funny, Rem. You're too much.
Your turn, Sid.
All right.
It's the birthday boy.
I had to do a lot of revisions there because Diego came out hot with my same picks as me. So I'm going Flannery in the SK5K.
Ooh.
Wow, that's a good pick.
That'd be a big first win.
It would.
I'm going to go Moeller at the Bowl SKs.
Okay.
He hasn't won yet, has he?
He has not. I'm going to go Justin in the tour race, wild card pick. Norm Root III, Streeters, wild card pick. I'm going with Remy's boy, Joey Dwyron, in the pass race for my touring series pick.
Where are they racing at?
Oxford, I believe. Yeah.
And he just won there, I think. Did he not?
Yeah. Yeah, he won the big race there.
Yeah, that 300 lap or
Yep.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Rob, hit it.
If your name is called here, make sure them belts are extra tight this week. All right. Here we go.
I'll take Charlie Beals for 10, please.
Stafford. I'm going with Paul Varicchio.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay.
It's a good one.
Speedbowl. I'm picking Flannery in the SK. Touring series. I'm chalking it up with Ron Silk. In the Wheel Modified Tour, to be specific. I don't know if he's racing something else. Wildcard number 1. I got DJ Shaw in Act. And wildcard number 2, I have Nick Hovey winning at the Speedbowl.
That's a good pick.
Back to back, huh?
That's a good pick.
Yep.
All right, then. Hey, good for you, man. Happy for you.
Don't even start with that.
I hope that works out.
No.
All right, so listen, we will. Nobody picked Wednesday or Friday, huh? All right, good. I'll give a little time, so we'll probably post those on Friday. I'm gonna guess. What are you laughing at, Rams?
Oh, nothing.
Come on, you're supposed to set me up over here. Where am I at?
What do you need? Pop culture?
Yeah, it's up
There.
top. Okay. All right. So listen, Myers Creamery. They said, Sid, you crack us up with the pop culture stuff. Give us some more. I said, you know what? You got it, my man. Here we go. So, Diego,
Okay.
did you know
Mm-hmm.
that for a short time in the late 90s, I was a little bit of a reality TV star?
Stop it.
What?
Are you familiar with this? No, you're not familiar? Okay.
Let's see this.
So back in the day, the late 90s, go ahead, Rems. Throw it up there.
This ought to be good.
My sister,
What?
my sister Arlene,
The reason we're getting married at Harkness
was on a show
is
called
because
A
our
Wedding
first
Story.
picnic was at Harkness.
That's Harkness. That's her husband, John.
How we doing? We're doing good.
That's me with my sister and my mom. I believe this was on the TLC network. Look at that. Look at skinny young Sid.
What a stud.
Chilling. Little bow tie.
Is that really you?
That's
what a
me, guy.
handsome
That's a
devil
handsome
you
devil,
are.
right?
I don't have to think about it as much.
You look
That's very
so
serious.
nervous.
What is this?
So I
Sid, did you just put this together?
No. Yeah, I put this.
It's a deep
this
fake.
clip.
There'll be no skipping.
So we're talking
Oh,
about.
you sound
I had-
identical. Oh my
I
gosh.
had to walk my sister down the aisle. It was a great privilege. So we're gonna go to commercial here, right there. And there's me. Yeah. Okay, ladies, let's do it. So, anyways, I bring that up because
What the hell was that?
I told you it was a show called The Wedding Story that my sister was on the TLC network.
Is this serious?
Yeah,
Oh my God.
1997.
Dude, you are
That
a
was on
star.
TV. And so my sister and John will celebrate their 27th anniversary on this Friday.
Good for them.
So
Dan
Good for
Riley
them.
in chat.
that is your
Dude, wow, Sid, you used to look so good.
yeah.
Did
Shut
you-
up, Dan Riley.
Did you see the plush interior in that car?
Well, it was a limo. I mean, come
Oh,
on.
that's
You know what I'm
a
saying?
Sid.
That was a good one. Huh?
That
Deep.
was a good one. I didn't even know about that.
Oh,
That's
all
pretty
right.
sick.
That's your
Wow.
pop culture moment.
Good for
minute,
you.
whatever the hell
Beautiful.
we calling it. All right, so listen. Now we got to figure out with the live chat. Get yourselves ready, and Bonssa is also going to be ready here because the Busy Bee Learning Center is going to help us determine who won the week.
Who are you? Who are you?
Not bad. Not bad. Like a boss.
He was too. Look at him.
Yeah.
He's chilling.
All right, so let's see here. I jotted a few people down. What do I have here? Tyler Chapman remains undefeated at the SK Lights at Thompson. Adam Gray, back-to-back wins in the late models at Stafford. Mikey Flynn got his first career SK modified win. Tyler Chapman in the truck, 6 out of 9 races at the bowl? 6 out of 8, I forget, but 6 races, 6 wins. Jake Johnson winning at White Mountain. Ron Silk dominant in the modified Masters. What else you got? Anybody?
Can I pick one?
Of course. I'm just
All right.
rattling stuff off here.
I'm gonna say Jacob Perry.
Jacob Perry having a day.
He won
the
the
modified Masters.
Yeah, he
That's
won
not
the
bad.
week. He won the week for me. He did great.
That's a good one.
Yep. Don't have to win always.
No, that's correct.
Yep.
Does not have to be a winner.
You don't have to win to win the week, and Jacob Perry deserves it in my book.
That's a good pick.
Let's see here. Doug Curry getting another win.
I say Mikey Flynn.
Mikey Flynn
First
is a good
SK
one.
win at Stafford's always a big one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hard to win in that division.
It's hard to not say Mikey Flynn for me too, because that's a big deal. That's a big deal. An elusive win he's been chasing.
That's his first modified win at Stafford. He never won an SK Light race.
Yeah.
And he won a couple Legends races back in like 2015. It's
Yeah.
been a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you know what? So while the things are coming in, my man Fran says he wants pictures of the feet. So if you saw the old
He's not the only one.
chalkboard chatter.
Pictures of the feet.
Yeah, so Rem, let's see where we got here.
Remy's feet are huge.
So our girl Rem.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, the chalk.
I took this picture when we were at White Mountain.
Which one's yours?
You take a guess.
Exactly.
Hopefully yours is the hairy leg.
Right. That's mine on the left, and that's Remy here. We're gonna
Whoa.
That's yeah.
It sits at 10 and a half?
I'm a 10.5.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Remy's the real deal with those things, man. Look out.
Yep.
Yeah, they're little boats.
Little boat.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
thank you, Fran. We forgot about that. So Tapley says the Brandon Gray still undefeated. I did see that.
Oh,
yep.
true, at Thunder Road.
Yep.
Or at White Mountain,
That
sorry.
dude's killing it.
Yeah, that's unbelievable to do that.
Sid and Remy, you guys have yet to cast your votes.
I know. I'm thinking here. I mean, Mikey Flynn, that's a good one. I'm a sucker for a first win.
Adam Gray's a good one.
Adam
back
Gray's
to
good.
back from a disastrous season.
I'll do Mikey Flynn.
Yeah, I can't pick Tyler Chapman. I'll get throat punched. Yeah, I think I'm going Mikey Flynn. Yep.
All right.
Who else? What would you say? Mikey Flynn, Bonza?
Yeah.
Jacob Perry's a good one. I like that pick, Diego. That
It is a
pick.
good one. It's
That's
just
a
so
good-
hard
Yeah.
to beat your first SK win.
Oh, it's hard.
Yeah. I think I have to
Like,
go with
objectively
Flynn as well.
speaking, yeah.
Yeah.
I was even thinking Ron Silk, though, just because he put just a complete smack
You
down
were
on the
thinking
field.
Ron Silk?
Yeah.
Sure, dude, he's won every freaking week, every
No,
time. he
I
wins.
know, but his dominance continues to get more and more apparent.
Yeah, I mean, he's good. He is good.
All right. What do you got
All right.
there, Chief?
Well, we just got 2 more votes for Flynn here, so let me tally those real quick.
Yeah, Chief Rocca. Remember
All
that
right, here we
song?
go. From the bottom to the top. Adam Gray with 1 vote. Matt Clement, 1 vote. Brandon Gray, 1 vote. Jacob Perry, 2 votes.
Nice.
Jake Johnson with 2 votes.
Oh, that's a good one.
And Mikey Flynn with 11 votes.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, Mikey Flynn.
Listen,
Cheers to that.
that's what you call a supersized show, my friends.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. Had a blast. Thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget, follow us on socials. We'll have all kinds of good stuff for you, including Music Mondays, where me and Diego love to talk a little old school hip-hop. What do you got for shout-outs, my friend?
Hey, I want to thank Fowler's Auto Wrecking for the weekly update, Waddell Communications for the Nostalgia Nugget, Hoosier Tires for the Popcorn Stat Chat, and the Chalkboard Chatter. Race Day CT from one of my favorites, the weekly pick'ems. Busy Bees Learning Center for Who Won the Week. Of course, Monaco Ford for the results ticker. Myers Creamery for the Pop Culture Minute. Broadbrook Heating and Cooling, thank you for coming on for the Did You Know segment. The DRC Electric for firing up the hot seat. My man Bonds are coming through again. Thanks, Bonds, for coming through.
Thanks for having me. We'll see you at Stafford on Friday.
Hell yeah. I want to thank Sydney, the birthday boy, for Vault Productions for this kick-ass studio. Thanks, brother.
Word.
And all our awesome podcast members, thanks for tuning in for this long show. Thanks for being part of what we do. Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
All right, everybody, let the record show. Bonsa likes to bust their balls for hitting the mics, and he just did to end the show. Giddy up. We'll see you next week.